You're now under arrest.
You're gonna tase me?
You said you were gonna hit me. You know you. You're making so much force. Stop.
What are you doing?
Leave right now.
I am. Officer, I'm walking.
Yes or no?
No, sir, I'm walking. No, sir.
I worked hard for 6 years to drag you out of that. You had all whatever drugs, felonies you have. You did not listen. I gave you my store keys. I trusted you. And guess what? You robbed me for over and over and over.
Some employees take workplace stupidity way too far. A bad day at work is one thing, but getting dragged out in handcuffs by the cops is another. Sadly, there's never a shortage of dumb decisions. But on the bright side, we get to have this 3-hour episode when dumb employees get arrested. On December 12, 2023 in Georgia, police were called to a restaurant where an argument ensued between two employees. During the incident, one of the employees began throwing chairs and violently threatening another employee. When officers arrived on scene, they were briefed on the situation by a manager.
I had an employee, send her home. She got upset. Yeah, send her home for the day. She threw cherries, threw this tree down. You can see everything is dirty on the screens over there. And then I'm trying to clean, and my chef, I'll send him out here in just a second. He said that, she threw these signs. I don't know what else she threw. And she was making death threats against me. I don't know that she was going to send people over to, kill me, whatever.
So who did she say that to?
She said that to the chef, and I'll bring him out.
In Georgia, crimes of this nature are classified as terroristic threats, and threatening to end someone else's life is considered a felony. However, this varies depending on the perpetrator's intent and their capacity to carry out this threat. To gain further information, the cops then spoke to the chef.
So, I don't know exactly what happened in here. I just saw her walk by with a chair. And I found that out, and I went outside, and she threw it at the back door, trying to break the window that we have back there. No, not at all. And I was like, hey, what's up? What's wrong with you? She just started cursing, and I was like, what are we talking about? She's like, this guy. I was like, okay, what's wrong with him? Like, well, I want to send people to kill him. Over a gun. Yeah, over a gun. Yeah. When I send people, let them know people are coming in at 2 o'clock to kill him. I was like, 2 p.m.? I was like, okay. I was like, I'll let him know.
What did you want to do?
Well, trespass, or I don't know what is it that we need
did
to
you
do.
want to press charges for her? Did she damage anything in the store?
I haven't had a chance to look. It doesn't seem like it, but
She didn't damage it. She didn't really damage it.
no.
You just want what do you want?
So, what is it that you suggest? Because ultimately, I'm more worried about
Well,
the
I
employee.
can't tell you.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The employee implied she was connected to a gang or someone else that was willing to commit murder on her behalf, and it's still considered a crime, even if all she wanted to do was intimidate the other employee. The manager then shed some light on the likelihood of the threat actually happening.
I guess I wasn't worried too much about it, but I guess I'll press charges now, just to be on the safe side.
Did anybody else? Was it just your employee that was outside with her?
Yes, he's a manager as well. That's why he went to go see what was wrong. We're both managers.
Was there any damages to the screen?
No, it was just liquid. Yeah.
So nothing's broken, nothing's damaged.
Nothing's broken.
Okay, but there were 2 of you outside with her?
No, it was just the jump.
Aside from her potential death threat, she could also face a misdemeanor charge for causing a disturbance inside the restaurant and damaging the property. Before speaking to her, they also spoke to the suspect's mother, despite the fact that the suspect was 19 years old.
So your daughter was told to leave for the day, but instead of just leaving, she threw stuff around the restaurant, grabbed the chair, went on back, tried to break the back door, and then made threats to kill the manager here.
Which one?
The other man, the second man I spoke to.
The one that just left?
Yeah.
Okay, so she calls me, she tells me that I guess the manager was asking her to do something to help out, whatever. And they were moving around, trying to help each other and cover each other and stuff. And then she said he said something to her about doing something, and she said, I'm already doing it. I'm trying to help this woman out. Apparently, I guess they had a few words, and she was trying to tell, I guess, the other managers what he was doing, and he kind of moved around her and shoved her, so that's why she started flipping out. I don't know what happened. I don't know. She just told me she threw a milkshake at him and cursed at him.
She did what?
She threw a milkshake at him and cursed at him.
In casual conversation, the phrase "I'm gonna kill someone" is viewed as an obvious exaggeration. So what the officers are trying to fully examine is the context and the intent behind the words. Outside the restaurant, the cops finally got to speak to the suspect.
I was already bagging for third party.
Okay.
That's a job that me and another boy was doing.
Sure.
He asked me to hop online to help with the register.
Sure.
I got on the line, I helped with the register.
Okay.
I went back to what I was supposed to do.
Sure.
He wanted me to stay on there.
Okay.
I said no because I have to help out my other employee who's already struggling by himself.
And when we say he, who are we
Alexis,
talking about?
I'm sorry. Alexis is the other person I'm working with. But
Okay.
my manager,
Yeah, the manager. What's his
Mexican,
name?
I forgot his name. Can we call him Mexican for now?
No,
I
that's
forgot his
very
name.
offensive. No, we need to talk
All right,
about
well,
name.
D had a problem with me talking to Alexis and helping Alexis out. He talking about you could go home. I have to go home for what? Because I'm doing 3 jobs at once?
Okay. So you guys had a verbal spat about what
A
to do.
verbal,
Okay.
yes.
And then what happened?
That's it.
Where'd the milkshake come into play?
Milkshake came into play when he brushed my shoulder.
Okay, and what do you mean by brush your shoulder?
Like he said what he said, brushed my shoulder and walked away off. I wasn't finished talking. Like imagine somebody like you we're like standing at least this close.
Okay.
Like he takes his stuff, he goes back to
Watch
what
out.
I'm like, can I describe it? You can't keep
Yeah,
saying
I
my
don't want
name.
you-
Yes, but we
I'm
don't
talking
want
one
you-
conversation at a time. So then let's step out the street.
Layla, come over here.
I'm right here. I'm stepping out of the street. No, I'm a grown person.
The suspect claimed that her actions were a response to harassment she'd experienced from a coworker. While workplace harassment can sometimes constitute a crime, depending on its severity, it's most likely handled by management and human resources. It was this woman's actions, however, that required the cops to get involved.
Disrupting a place of business at a time and a manner, right? Customers, employees, you throw away stuff, you're dragging chairs around, you're cursing at everybody.
So he could cuss and yell at me and do all this other stuff, but then when I
That's
do,
okay for him to do. Nope.
it's literally an argument. Like, what do you? It's not like I did it on purpose.
When it escalates to stuff getting thrown or stuff getting drug around, that's where the behavior changes.
Well, can I file harassment claims then? Because he's been harassing me all week. So can I file harassment claims?
Call us when they were happening.
No, because why would I call about something that's said? I mean, you need to collect stuff. I want money out of this. I need to get paid for this.
What's your phone number?
Wasting my time. 347.
Watch your mouth, please. The man is trying to talk to you.
I'm mad right now. Can I call what's his face?
Y'all are more than welcome to do that. That's a civil case. The cops do criminal stuff. Oh, it's up to you. Huh? It's up to you.
So far, the suspect's been expressing her grievances with the other employee because he was ordering her to do things at the restaurant that she didn't want to do and that he turned his back on her. None of these things warrant a lawsuit for harassment or the level of anger she unleashed earlier. And if she was genuinely harassed, she definitely chose the wrong time to bring it up.
And I didn't threaten nobody. I said, next time that man puts his hands on me, I'm gonna send somebody for him. That's all I said.
Well, they have text messages that say you said otherwise.
All I said, I texted Shelby and I said, he's lucky I don't have him killed. That's what I texted Shelby. But I also told them I quit and that he's been harassing me.
You should have told them before now. Because it doesn't hurt weight if you're just talking about it now.
The cops evaluated the entire situation and the potential severity of her crimes. In the end, this was a young woman who seemed to have acted impulsively out of anger, and she didn't appear to have a genuine intent to cause harm. Ultimately, she was jailed for disorderly conduct. On the 31st of May, 2023, police were called to a Subway store after reports an employee had been stealing from the cash register. She could have picked up a few extra shifts to earn more money, but instead, she opted for a shortcut. Unfortunately, that shortcut wasn't exactly legal.
You know, I have a daughter to take care of. Please don't send me to jail. You can get rid of me.
I'm not saying nothing.
Busman, give me a few minutes.
Yes. We have evidence for 3 years.
3 years? No, are you out of your mind?
Okay. So, right now, you are going to get arrested. Okay. I need to speak to you because this has been going on for a while. Completely up to you if you want to speak to me or not.
Okay, but I
Hold on, let me finish. If you do want to speak to me and you have an explanation for whatever it is that you may have done, I'm going to read you your rights and we'll go from there. Just to get kind of like a baseline. This is kind of like your chance that you get to explain yourself before you report.
You might be a bit surprised, but a lot of these dumb thieves try to justify their crimes by simply saying that they have kids. Lots of people have kids, but that doesn't mean they steal $20,000 from their employer. It's wrong, of course, to steal anything whatsoever, but after stealing such a huge amount like this, there's no excuse that's going to get her out of trouble.
I have evidence and piles and piles and piles and piles of evidence with detailed note, and corporate is, this is me right now, corporate is coming after me for you.
Okay,
That's all I have to say.
can you
Mr.
please
Benson.
not send me to jail
Mr.
for my
Benson.
daughter? I
You've
have
been-
You've been
nobody
told
else.
before.
Mr.
I have
Vincent, yeah.
nobody else.
Excuse me, I told you you had a past record. I worked hard for 6 years to drag you out of that. You had all whatever drugs, felonies you have. You did not listen. I gave you my store keys. I trusted you. And guess what? You robbed me for over and over
No,
and
no,
over.
I
I have.
not been.
You've
Mr.
been
Vincent,
recorded now.
Enough.
You've been recorded.
Step out.
Despite the fact that she was warned by the manager several times, the suspect didn't stop stealing. While the cops understand that he has every reason to be emotional, they asked the manager to leave the room so they could carry on in the interview without his interference.
I have a 5-year-old dog, 7-year-old daughter
Okay.
that needs to be picked up, and I have nobody else.
No problem.
Regardless of what happened, I don't know how.
Okay. So
Can
do
we
you,
resolve this away without taking me to jail?
unfortunately, it's not up to me.
Who
I'm
is
only
it up
he-
to?
It's up to him.
Okay.
Yeah. So there is a lot that we need to talk about.
Okay.
All right. And I cannot force you to talk to me. We can have a conversation, maybe get a better understanding why this happened, if you want to. But I have to read your rights. Okay.
I have never intentionally done anything wrong to hurt you.
Mr. Vincania, I need you to step out, please. We cannot do this back and forth thing. If you're gonna keep doing this, then I cannot do an interview.
It's always the most innocent in our society who are most deeply affected by crime. In this case, the woman's daughter had to endure the trauma of her mother's arrest. Hopefully the cops will find a relative to care for the girl.
I don't feel like I've been
I
stealing.
don't feel like you're responding. So what exactly
I
do you
feel like
you've
he
been doing?
treats us very unfairly.
Okay. What is
All of us.
What is
Like,
unfairly to you?
there was one girl's been working here 6 years. She still makes minimum wage. He doesn't give us any appreciation. And I've been here a long time, and I know I don't mean to come off, as excuses and anything. But he's a hard man to work for.
Right.
And I never intentionally meant I never in my mind stole anything.
Okay.
I just feel like we're all treated so unfairly.
Right.
And
So what?
I mean, I know that
What do you think happened when you're pocketing money, or when you're taking money from the register, or when you're not ringing stuff up, and then later on
I
adjusting it?
I understand. It wasn't a lot.
It's pretty ironic how she said that she doesn't want to make excuses right as she's in the middle of making some damn excuse. Still, even if she is telling the truth about her manager, there was still no valid reason for her to steal from the store. She also said that she didn't feel like she was stealing and that she didn't take a lot. But if 20 grand's not a lot to her, then what is?
If you started taking money, what was the initial amount that you were taking that you can recall?
A couple dollars here.
A couple dollars is what? Like $2?
Yeah, like $5.
$5. It started with $5.
Yeah, I mean.
Was it every day back then in January? No. When did it become every day?
I think I was doing it every day. I mean, it was $1 here, $2 or here, here and there, you know, and I'd stick it in the tip jar.
Why are we only
like
talking
that.
about $1 a month, like $1, $2?
I didn't take like 20s and big amounts. I didn't.
Nobody mentioned 20s, but you did take 20s.
No, I would go and get change a lot.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm trying
I understand.
for you to tell me a little bit to help me out, help yourself out.
I know, I'm trying, but I didn't like steal a lot, like at a time. It was little amounts.
She doesn't seem to get the fact that it's about the total accumulated amount of everything she stole. She's been doing this a while now, so if she's only been stealing just $10 a shift, that can definitely reach thousands of dollars in total.
How much do you think you have stolen from your store in total?
Not a lot.
Not a lot?
Sure.
Now, whenever there's a cash transaction, I'm just looking at the patterns here. It seems to me like whenever there's a cash transaction, you don't ring up the cash transactions. You either ring it up, you cancel it, you don't ring it up, you put the money in, provide change, you split that amount into the tip jar, you take some cash then, or a combination of both, or later on you come back and take cash. So it's a lot. It's been every day for the past, at least for the past month.
It's only, it hasn't been that much. Not that it makes a difference.
What's that?
But I mean, I don't take a lot at a time.
Okay.
And I know that doesn't make a difference.
So a day,
But over time,
how much do you take a day?
$10.
$10?
Yeah, but, yeah.
If she only stole $10 per day, it would take around 5 years total to reach $20,000. The manager says they've only got 3 years of evidence, so something here's just not adding up. At this point, she won't gain anything by lying as to how much she stole each time. The total amount is already damning in itself.
Please, Tino, I've shown up every day for you for 8 years, and this has just started recently, and I apologize from the bottom of my heart. My daughter, I can't do this to my daughter. Please, Tino. Can't we handle this a different way besides sending me to jail?
You do what you have to do. I cannot be interrupted. I get in trouble if I get interrupted now.
Would you allow me to not go to jail and we can handle it with some other kind of me? Tino, I've done so much too for you. I've been loyal to you. And I apologize.
Loyal to you how?
Mr. Vincenia,
For 8
you pick up your
years.
stuff and go, or
Yes.
I'm gonna have to.
Well, you take care of it.
Stealing thousands of dollars behind her manager's back and accusing the man of unfair treatment doesn't sound loyal at all. It was audacious of the woman to manipulate her manager like that. At the end of the day, she was stealing from the company, so it won't be up to the manager to decide the woman's fate.
Throughout the time that you've been here, you think you stole more than $750?
750. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I guess I have. I guess I don't think. I think some of the times if you see me taking 20s, it was exchanging money.
So
I didn't think
the
I
exchange does happen. The problem is you're not putting in what you're taking out. So that's not an exchange.
No.
How is that an exchange? Do you have a friend?
What?
Do you have a friend?
No. I don't have to.
Do you have gloves? I mean, he says it's 19,000.
There's no way.
Okay.
There's no way. There's absolutely.
So that's why I asked you. You give me an estimate how much you think you've stolen.
Not nowhere near that.
Then how much?
A couple hundred over 6 months. I would take like $20 a day.
$20 a day?
Or so, yeah. I mean, I know that's not correct. That's not the right thing to do, but I did not steal $19,000.
After claiming to have stolen $10 a day earlier, suddenly she changed that number to 20, which only confirmed her deceit. And if she stole $20 a day over the span of 6 months, that would have already totaled more than $3 grand. Yet the woman claimed that the total didn't amount to even $750. If she wants to somehow come up to a more believable lie, she's gonna have to do the math first.
So obviously you know you're fired from here.
Yes.
And where's being trespassed for?
So you see that pregnant.
You're pregnant?
Yes.
How far along are you?
My month or two.
A month or two? Okay. Did you go to the doctor yet?
I had my appointments on Monday.
Okay. How many sticks did you pee on?
A couple.
A little hard to believe, huh?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Is this your first?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then you
Yeah.
know. All right. So I'm just gonna pat you down. Part of Is there anything on your person I should know about? No guns, knives, weapons of mass destruction. Al-Qaeda hiding in your pocket. Anything that'll cut me, breast me, outstick me, or make me have to go home.
No.
But I want to go home.
Sorry.
No.
Not me. No.
All right. I'm just gonna pat you down out here.
It turns out she stole about $120 a day, and that's a total in just 6 short months of more than $21,000. She, of course, was charged with grand theft. The woman decided to take her case to trial despite the mountain of evidence against her, which included 100 hours of video footage. Not surprisingly, she lost the case and was sentenced to 2 years in jail. On October 16, 2024, police were dispatched to an Amazon warehouse. The cops got a report that one of their drivers was going ballistic and was also threatening to retrieve a gun from his car after he was fired.
What's the story? What do you say?
So we just
He's a passenger or driver?
No, the driver. We just had to terminate him, and he said that I'll be right back. I have to go get something out of the car. I'll be coming right back in here. Let me go to my trunk and get something.
He made some comments on the way out, like I'm a
Yeah, he also said that too.
Yeah, so.
Did he say that directly to you guys?
Yes.
Johnny's right here in this car. How you doing today, sir? You mind stepping out and talk with us real quick?
Officers need to remain on high alert in situations involving the threat of firearms, especially so when connected to life-changing experiences like job loss, as they have no understanding of the suspect's emotional and mental state. Even though the on-duty manager pointed the suspect out to the officers, the man initially said they had the wrong guy.
Nope, leave it. I'm telling you no, you're not leaving yet.
Why?
Because
I'm on the phone.
okay, so you can't drive on the phone.
Hey, I gotta speak.
So it's passenger or driver? Driver.
Put it in park. You're not
Do me a
leaving.
favor. Put the car in park and step out, please.
Man. What's the problem? I'm trying to leave. Go to home. What's the problem?
Don't.
Here, you better
Don't.
I'm here.
Calm
On the
down.
phone.
Calm down.
Well, you talking about calm down?
Calm down.
You made some statements when you left.
They made a statement. They told me to leave. I thought I'd be back. Give my money.
Come over here. Come here. Don't even think about nothing. Don't do nothing stupid. You need to chill the out and relax.
Hold on. Don't
All right,
cut
we
me
didn't do
like
nothing to you.
that. I did.
We
I'm
didn't
on
do
the
nothing
phone
to
trying to get a
We
direction
didn't do
to the
nothing to
hospital.
you. Did I do something to you?
No.
Okay, then why
I'm
do you have a problem
trying
with
to get a direction to the hospital.
Why do you have a problem with me?
Because y'all come here, I'm on the phone talking.
Because we got called.
I'm trying to get paid.
Somebody called us.
Call, because I'm right here waiting.
Because they said you made a threat. When you
I ain't
did.
made no threat. I said I'll be back.
The suspect claimed that he didn't have a weapon and challenged the officers to search his vehicle. Throughout the questioning, he became increasingly aggressive towards the officers and continued denying that he made any threats toward his managers and fellow employees.
Put your hands on the trunk. Don't move.
Don't grab me. Don't grab me. I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. My son's sick, getting the surgery. Y'all with me?
Yeah.
I'm home. Cause I told him I'm leaving. Don't.
You told him more than that.
I'm just getting off the clock.
I don't
After
care.
the clock.
I don't care. You told him more than that.
I ain't told it just happened. You what talking about. I ain't talking
Stay over here.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Stay over here.
They trying to lock me up.
You're gonna get locked up if you don't stay over here.
While continuing to brush off the officer's orders, the suspect pulled out his phone. He called his wife up, complaining law enforcement was mistreating him. If he already thought they were treating him badly at this point, then he surely wouldn't like how the rest of the arrest would play out.
You didn't make comments today.
Hey, I'm just getting off the clock. 12 o'clock after I do all my work, and they want to call the in the office and you fine. After I do all my work, you gonna let me go? I got my kids in the house.
No, you're not going yet.
Well, what's the problem then?
We're still investigating this incident.
Stand over there.
This car
You need to go
is,
stand
so you
over
need
there.
to step away now before you get locked up.
Yeah.
You can step out of the car if you'd like. You're free to step out of the car.
He's not a part of the investigation. I can't speak.
Because the car is involved. He can step out and talk to you over there. That's fine.
Talking about you got weapon. I don't use no weapon. I use my hand. 20 years in boxing. I use my hand. Anything.
Calm down.
All right, this call the doctor. Let him know I have my bail money. I'm about to go to off. Alright, I was sitting in the car trying to, figure out, get down to the police station. Get down to the company, and they pulled up talking about, get your hand out the car. Come on, like I'm crazy. Because I'm black, show you what you could do. I'll show you what I could do. Don't play with me.
It's strange how the man was claiming the cops were mistreating him when he's the one who continued making threats towards them. While they continued to try and comprehend what he was saying, a sergeant went inside to speak to the managers to hear their side of the story.
So what was said today? So we had to terminate him, and at the end of it, he got up and was saying, I'll be right back, I gotta get something out of my truck, I'm gonna motherfucker.
Okay. Did he like gesture in any way while he was saying this stuff?
When I walked out with him, and he was like going through his trunk.
Okay.
Like, almost like gesturing like I'm getting something out of the trunk. Like,
Right.
he was like looking in, he's in the trunk, he's going through stuff, he's like still like, he was kind of acting like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, he made it pretty clear when he left the table, he was like,
Okay.
I'll be right back.
So he said that in here and walked directly to his car
Yes.
and then started going through the trunk?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Did he seem like he was about to pull anything out when he was at the trunk, or did you guys not go out?
I didn't go outside, I was watching through the window. They're hard to tell, but like he kept like looking and you could see me through the window.
Okay.
But yeah, kind of like in the same condition he's in now, but like just really irate, so a lot out there.
Okay.
He said, the last time somebody did some like this to me, I almost him, pulled his badge off of his waist. I said, Kevin, we're gonna need you to leave your badge. He said, here's my badge.
The managers explained the suspect was terminated for committing a zero-tolerance safety violation. Furthermore, they said that in the past, they had disciplined the man for making threats. Either way, it was clear he'd given the managers plenty of good reason to fear for their safety and call law enforcement. And with that, the cops decided they had all the information they needed.
Do me a favor, sir, turn around.
For what?
Finish your car. Put your hands on your car.
You're under arrest.
Let me let my car go.
No.
I got to shut my car is off.
Turn around.
For what?
There, cuffs, sir.
Can you shut my car?
We'll take care of it. You're not going anywhere right now. You're coming with us.
For what?
You're under arrest.
For what?
Terroristic threats.
Ain't no
Stop turning.
Hey, like I'm a
Turning. Okay, just relax.
Go ahead, motherfucker.
Relax.
Go ahead.
Sir.
Go. Go ahead.
Come on.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Good.
Hey, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can just back
It
up.
doesn't matter. I'll be back.
Knock it off. Please stop. Making our job difficult for no reason.
Yeah, man. I got on. Hold up, man. Hey, hold up.
Get in the car.
I am.
Sit.
I'm trying to. Me. Can I get my hat?
No.
With the suspect secured in the back of the cruiser, the cops wanted to search his trunk. At the same time, they took some witness statements and then spoke to the managers about whether or not they wanted the man to be permanently trespassed from the premises.
So he said to you that he would you and two others?
Yes.
All right, so what's your first name? So your copy. So he's going to get charged with terroristic threats for his comments. And his car is going to get impounded.
Okay.
So when he gets released from custody, you will get a phone call.
Okay.
And we have...
Who were the other two?
Bring it.
Fancy meeting like this all the time, huh?
Yeah, you're right. What's your first name?
All right, guys. If we'll call you if he gets released.
Okay.
If he doesn't, chances are he's probably not gonna him, I guess. He'll go to the jail. So
Okay.
the jail will call you when he's released from there.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Did they trespass him?
I told them that they should. They're like, yeah, typically we do. And I'm like, all right, well, like, are you gonna? And they're like, well, and they're like looking at each other. So they didn't right now. They're like, every time we terminate somebody, they're not allowed back in. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not talking about in a building. I'm talking about on the property entirely.
Right.
They arrested the man for disorderly conduct, aggravated menacing, and resisting arrest. On May 15th, 2024, an officer was dispatched to the Child Guidance and Family Solutions Center after an accountant was accused of stealing almost 20 grand through fraudulent transactions.
So this is Jason, right?
Yes. Jason, Sue. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Okay, so you came across some irregularities, I assume, in your books?
We did. We
Okay.
did. So last Thursday, I identified a irregular cash transaction that sync up to our normal payroll. And when I dug into it, it turned out that there was a extra special payroll that went through to our payroll clerk, done by herself for $5,000. When I looked into it a little bit more, I found there were about, 8 other transactions that what she had been doing over the previous.
So 9 in all?
Essentially, the employee manipulated payroll records, exploiting sick leave, PTO, and vacation time. Trying to cover her tracks and embezzle as much as she could to maximize her payday, fraudulently, she increased her salary. Unfortunately for her, the company was on to her and began gathering evidence.
This information over here is the pay dates and what was taken. So she paid herself a total of $17,000 more than what she should have. And then this is our fringe and tax liability portion of that. So it cost us $1,500 on top of that. So we're looking at $19,500 in total. And then she has some company-owned assets at home. The total of $990 of monitors and type of stuff.
So she works from home?
Occasionally.
Occasionally she would.
Yeah.
She currently there or currently here?
She has been terminated.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's aware this is going on?
Correct. Well,
She's
she
aware
knows she's
of
been
their-
terminated.
Yeah, she's aware that we know.
Yes.
I don't think she knows we're getting you guys involved.
The employees informed the officer that the suspect hadn't cooperated with them. They'd scheduled an in-person meeting with her to formally inform her about her termination, get their property back, and make a plan for restitution. But unfortunately, she never showed up. With evidence in hand, they then got in touch with a local police department to track her down. She was eventually picked up without incident.
Hi, Heather. I'm Officer Sam Jackson Police. You know what's going on today?
I have some idea. I didn't realize it was like this.
Okay. What do you think's going on?
It was from payroll, and so now apparently.
So I'm going to read you your rights, and I'll give you option to talk to me, not talk to me, making statements if you don't want to, then we'll send you on your way. If not, we'll discuss what's going on, okay?
Judging by the woman's demeanor, it appeared as though the suspect didn't think her crimes were a big deal. But after the officer read her Miranda rights, and she started realizing how severe things were, the suspect started playing dumb.
So what's going on?
I don't know what I'm charged with. I don't know what they're saying I did.
Well, what do you think? I'll tell you exactly what I have, but tell me in your mind what you think's going on.
I paid myself out hours, like vacation hours, last year, and then I did a payroll that reversed, and that's then they figured everything out. And so I was supposed to meet with them yesterday at 3:30, and I didn't because I was trying to do a job. And I guess I don't know if they were going to pick me up yesterday. They didn't say that they were doing any. I didn't know any.
Well, they called me today. I worked yesterday, they did not call me yesterday. They called me today saying everything that's going on. So right now what we have is going to be 10 charges, all right? One is tampering with records.
How did I? Okay.
Because it's through the payroll computer software, and it's an official document, registered, goes through taxes, stuff like that. So it's going to be, that's just how it's written up, all right? That's going to be the highest level charge. It's a felony 3. All right.
If this woman thought she could walk away with almost $20,000 in stolen money, she had another thing coming. Furthermore, skipping an official meeting because you were looking for a job isn't a valid excuse, especially after a crime of such magnitude. As the officer continued reading her charges, she realized her troubles were just beginning.
There were 9 payroll charges done since October 6th or something, right? And any of the, I think there's division of 4 or 5, I can't remember which one's which, but anything over $1,000 is a felony 5. Anything under $1,000 was minor misdemeanor 1 or misdemeanor 1. Right, so I know they're split 4 and 5. I can't remember which way is which. I know they're all real close to 1,000 except for the last one, which is pretty big. Other than that, so they called me today, find out what's going on, and after talking with them, this is what they chose to do. So that's why we're here. So since it kind of falls out of the house to talk to you, and here we are. Okay.
The officer informed the suspect that she was headed to the county jail for processing. When she realized that most likely she'd be spending the night in jail, the reality of her consequences quickly caught up with her.
Did they? Well, is this going to happen today?
You'll be today. What's going to happen today is once we're done, this officer here is going to drive to the county and be booked into the county. All right. And then the next day or two, today's Wednesday. Next day or two, you'll be set in front of the judge. All right.
I'm staying in jail for the next 2 days.
The next day or two. So you could be right in the morning.
I'm staying the night in jail?
Tonight, yes, you will.
They told me when they picked me up that I wasn't.
Fourth, that's what's going to happen.
That's not their fault. That's not false.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going to start the night.
Oh my God! Oh my gosh, please. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to be, oh my God.
It's amazing how little some people know about the law. What kind of universe does she live in if she thought stealing $19,000 would just be a slap on the wrist? She might have been upset about what she'd done, or she might be upset that she got caught. But the only thing that matters here is that she'll definitely be brought to justice.
Just so you know, they're also concerned about the equipment you have at home.
I have a monitor. They can have it. I was coming there.
Listen, hold on. You're not being charged with that. Just let you know that's something that they're concerned with eventually. All right. So I even put in the report there that's something they're concerned with, but it's not listed as being considered being stolen or anything like that because you had permissions to use it from home. Okay. Just keep in mind. Don't break it. Don't destroy it. Don't complicate things. When you have it, I'm saying you have like an office full of things of your own too there.
Yes.
So what I told them, same thing to tell you is when you're ready, when you have the opportunity to gather their belongings, have somebody record you as you gather their belongings, right? So that way you show it's not broken or damaged or destroyed, and then you can call one of us. And we can help facilitate property exchange there, so that way they can't say you broke anything, damaged anything, and vice versa.
She had no concerns whatever about giving the company's property back. Like a typical criminal, the only thing she cared about was herself, and more specifically, just where she'd be heading. She seemed to think that jail only existed to house violent criminals. Apparently, the term white-collar crime was unknown to her.
Why do I have to stay in jail for something like this? I didn't hurt somebody. I mean, this is crazy. I've never been in trouble in my entire life. Why do I have to spend the night in jail for this? I will come back. I promise. I know, but this is like crazy.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
I've never done anything. I don't. Oh my God.
All right, Heather. Unless we have anything further, I'm gonna get you going. Okay. Watch your knees.
The suspect was charged with 4 counts of misdemeanor theft, 5 counts of grand theft classified as felonies, and 1 count of tampering with records. On June 19, 2024, police responded to a Wells Fargo bank where an alarm was triggered, suggesting a potential robbery. When the cops arrived on scene, they saw a contractor crew on site who could have accidentally set the alarm off while at work. The cops are looking to identify the workers to verify they had permission to be there.
I don't want to give you my IDs. Okay, you have to. No, I'm not. Yeah, listen, I'm a contractor. You're going to have to call them. I understand. Sir, I'm going to have you step out. No, I'm not stepping out of this. You're not in trouble. You're going to get arrested. Listen. No, I didn't do nothing to you.
Don't go reaching for anything either.
Step out.
Listen, I got a firearm in my car.
Okay, fine. Okay? Just listen.
You are not going to boss me on. I want your supervisor because I'm not giving you my ID. That is my right.
Step out.
No, I'm not. Sir, if you better leave me alone or I'm going to hit you.
Step out. You're now under arrest.
You're going to tase me?
You said you were going to hit me.
You know you.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting. You're making so much worse. Stop.
What are you doing? You call Kavita right now. I'm a contractor.
The state of Florida is a stop and ID state, meaning police have the authority to request identification if they suspect you of a crime. In this case, an alarm had gone off at the bank, and the cops had to double check that the construction workers were legit. This simple procedure could have been done in under a minute, but the contractor was determined to make things difficult.
I am not under arrest.
Yes, you are. You're under assault for us.
Kavita.
We'll talk to them. Had you done that instead of doing what you
No! Listen.
We have the right to do that. You do not have the right. Bye.
Well, then they should have contacted you.
That's not our requirement. Hands on you until you said
You said and you approached me.
Correct.
Do you think I'm gonna let you approach me?
Dressed like a police officer?
I don't.
Okay, that's not a reasonable.
You are not gonna arrest me and ruin my.
You got yourself arrested.
No.
If
No.
you're talking, I'll explain to you, but I'm not going to debate with you.
When confronted by the officer, the contractor displayed extremely poor communication skills. And who knows, he might have been suffering from some form of mental illness. He certainly wasn't acting in a rational manner, and he created all these problems by himself.
You're either gonna talk to me and get your supervisor out here. I'm not going to jail.
Supervisor, you've obstructed.
I want
Now
to
you have an
speak
assault
to
on me.
your
That's fine.
assault.
Assault on a law enforcement officer. You said I'm going to hit you. Right? Step out. If you don't do that, you're going to get arrested. Step out. You're like,
Really?
No.
Really?
I don't know if you're going for the back.
Officer, I'm asking you politely. I want to speak to your
That's fine.
supervisor.
We'll get the supervisor out here. That's
Thank
fine.
you.
You're still under arrest.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
I am not under arrest when I'm trying to get my job done.
You are arrested.
Why? Because you want to like be this power trip?
That's not it.
That is a power trip.
Stop talking to me. I'll tell you what happened.
At the moment, another worker can be heard on the phone with Wells Fargo, hoping to straighten things out. It looked as though there were no signs of criminal activity other than the contractor's stubborn behavior. As the cops took the man towards the cruiser, he also revealed he had a previous problem with law enforcement.
I've already been roughed by another police officer. I could have sued a department in Largo, Florida.
Put it in the car.
And you're, I want
You're
to.
going to walk forward, or you're going to catch another trip. Okay? You're not going to get unarrested.
I am going to get unarrested. You got three people when I already been.
So you said you thought that we were imposters, police imposters, but now you're saying there's 3 officers. So you think there's 3
Don't
people
twist
imposters.
my words.
I'm not. You're on.
Don't twist. I don't care. That's funny when it needs to be, when I get roughed up and my finger was busted by an officer and I was nice enough and I didn't sue.
So
You think I'm gonna be?
Stop
You think I'm gonna be happy when 3 people are approaching me?
In the state of Florida, resisting arrest is considered a misdemeanor if nonviolent. But if violence is used or even threatened, it's a felony. The officer on scene has clearly bruised the suspect's ego to the extent that he refused to back down on his behavior. While being escorted into the cop car, he then committed yet another crime.
Okay, so my feelings are not valid, right?
When we get to the point where we're uniformed police and we're giving you a law.
I do. So you're tell it to the judge.
Tell it to the judge.
Really?
I've been so nice with you trying to explain stuff, and all you want to do is yell over the top of it. I can't even explain the basic stuff to you, so this is the information, factual information.
You're gonna ruin my record.
You ruined your record. You failed to follow lawful instruction, and you obstructed us.
I've
You're under
instructed
arrest.
you?
Obstructed.
Okay, sure.
Hold on,
Sure.
hold on.
Sure. Leave me alone.
Do not pull away. You're now charged with obstruction as well.
Oh my God! I'm getting in your car.
You pulled away when I just tried to have you
This
stand back
thing
up.
is hurting my wrist.
Stop
You are
resisting.
grabbing me.
Stop resisting.
Can
Because
you-
every time we move you, you pull away or
I
you
asked
jerk.
you to
Stop
untighten these,
pulling.
please. They are hurting my bone.
Because you're twisting and
And
you're
you're
fighting.
putting me in your vehicle,
Now have
and
a
I
seat.
get inside.
Now have a seat.
Oh my God.
Ultimately, the suspect was charged with simple assault on a police officer and obstruction without violence.
Oh my mother.
Everybody on board?
Yeah.
Oh my mother.
Get this up. Give the jail a heads up.
On the 1st of May, 2023, 2 cops were called out to a Walmart in Marshfield after a former employee was refusing to leave the premises. The employee, Caleb, had been fired for stealing from the store. Rather than running away with his tail between his legs, Caleb decided to make his crime worse by trespassing.
Hey, Caleb. Hey, name's Matt. What's going on? What's going on this morning? Okay, I'm asking what's going on this morning.
Not much.
Not much? Okay, why did I get called up here? Okay. But it's not like you're not leaving when they're wanting you to leave. Basically where we're at, Caleb. Whatever happened like between you and the company, like that's between you guys. I'm not gonna get involved in like that sort of thing, okay? But they want you, yeah, just hold it. Right now, they just want you to leave the building. Okay?
Oh, I'll be done.
Leave the building, leave the parking lot.
Most certainly.
Okay, so can we do that now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's what I was doing. I'm away.
Okay.
I'm away.
10-4. Okay, so let's go.
Can I get my stuff?
Sure, where's your stuff at?
Right here.
Sure.
Caleb's not doing himself any favors here. He's barely responding to the officers. While technically he's complying, he's giving the cops the absolute bare minimum. He also tells the officers that he has no way of getting home, which means that all of a sudden, the cops are responsible for him.
How about I call you a cab right now?
That's awesome.
We'll get you there. Okay, I'll call a cab for you. You have a squad phone? My phone's dead. Okay, we're getting you a cab. Okay. He's calling for one. Did you get one?
Hey, can I?
We gotta take him. It's too cold. All right, we're gonna take you.
Take me to where?
To your house.
Where? Okay, can you take me?
What are you doing?
This is. Can you take me to my house?
Yeah, we're taking you to your house. We have to search you first.
I think I should just roll up cigarette. Yeah. I should just smoke another cigarette. You can test it, whatever. It's another cigarette.
It's not a cigarette, but it's not anything illegal either. Later on in the search, the cop refers to it as a pill. It's not their job to pass judgment, so as long as it's not illegal, there's no reason to arrest Caleb. But he's clearly annoying them with his repeated request for a smoke.
Hey, what are you doing?
Well, I'm not sitting for a cigarette.
Do not light a cigarette in here.
No, I said I'm not going to. So not to.
Okay, put them. Do you have them out of your pocket?
I have a cigarette in my pocket. I'm not going to.
Okay, thank you for not lighting a cigarette in here. I appreciate that very much. And I appreciate that you're not. And we're being nice and generous and giving you a ride home. So you said you wanted to yourself? Because you just said you wanted to do that. Okay, are you having thoughts right now? Be honest with me, man.
I've already been to twice.
Okay.
Caleb here's a classic example of a perp who just keeps on digging himself a deeper hole. At this point, all he had to do was just keep his mouth shut during the free ride home and he'll be out of trouble. That's already a great deal, considering he just got fired from his job for stealing. But Caleb doesn't know what's good for him, so he just keeps on going.
I hate my life.
Okay. Hey, no! Absolutely not! Throw it out now. Throw it out. Throw it out.
No. All right, get out of the car.
Oh.
Out of the car now.
So.
Get out.
Hold on.
Out of the car now.
Second,
out of the car now.
Second, I'll
Caleb.
throw it out. Give me
Caleb.
throw a second, I'll throw it out. Give me a throw a second, I'll throw it out. You know that he's gonna harass me.
You're gonna get out of the car.
Look, here. Are you gonna be a real citizen? Here. Throw it.
You know that get out of the car. Out of the car. Let's go.
No one in their right mind would think it was a good idea to light a cigarette in the back of a police car, especially after being ordered not to do so. However, Caleb seems like the kind of guy who just does whatever he wants, whenever he wants, including stealing from his employers. He's either mentally impaired or just extremely entitled.
I wish I could go stop.
Oh, I'm sure you wish you could.
I do.
Idiot. So garbage.
Why are you treating me like this?
Shut the
What's the Why are you so mad?
Shut the Go do your job, you disgrace.
Sorry you feel that way,
Shut
Caleb.
Dumb.
Okay.
You gonna take me to jail already, please?
No.
Why?
What did you do wrong?
I didn't wrong.
Okay.
So take me home.
No. We're
Why?
calling crisis now.
What did I do wrong?
You were telling me that you wanted
so I didn't tell you
did, absolutely. Okay.
Shut up.
This guy went so far as to call the cop a disgrace to society, which was pretty uncalled for, given that the cop's just trying to take him home. It's true they stopped him from smoking and considered taking him in to get treatment for the suicidal remarks. However, they're just doing their jobs, and they're doing things well.
Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna need you to step out real quick, and I'm gonna get the stuff out of your pockets, and we're gonna go up to the hospital for med clearance, because crisis placed a chapter on you.
We gotta just get you checked out right now, man. Just make sure you're okay.
I'm checked out.
Okay.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, we just gotta grab all the stuff out of your pockets and stuff. You alright?
Yes, sir.
Alright, I don't want you to fall backwards at all.
Tired, I'm cold.
I hear you. It's pretty chilly outside. The wind sucks.
We're not playing these games. Get out of the car. Do it now.
Shut the
Out of the car. See, that was easy.
Yeah, that was easy, but it would have been a heck of a lot easier if Caleb wasn't acting like such a brat the whole time. And let's not forget that he's being taken in for a psych evaluation. Acting like he's acting could land him a long-term stay, but maybe that's exactly what he wants.
Shut the I'm talking to you.
Stop. Can I get soft restraints, please?
Shut the Yo, went to jail to get your free fat piece of suck my fat.
Is your name Caleb?
Let's bring Caleb in.
Shut the
Throughout this ordeal, he's been repeatedly telling cops, medics, and even the automated voice in the elevator to shut up. Since he didn't seem too stable, the cops have decided that he's got to be restrained. As for the question of why they brought him in, there's a very simple answer to that. It was his own bad behavior.
Thank you.
Cool. You guys already searched pockets or not yet?
Yeah.
just dry off.
We're gonna stay there.
So it's gonna be soft restraints. They already got him in. He's been kicking that stuff. It's just a chapter.
Six in. Come on. Come on.
Huh?
Put your head down.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
Okay, everybody's on. Next, we need to just.
You need the rails up, or how do we? No? Okay. Okay.
Yes, what size would you like?
With the restraints in place, hopefully Caleb will be a bit less combative, and the cops and the medics will be able to take care of him better. The cops here are already doing a great job of keeping their cool and putting Caleb's safety first, despite his hostile behavior towards them.
I'll beat your motherfucker.
Touch one of your fingers.
Shut the don't touch me. You touch me, I swear to God, I'll beat you.
Alright.
Yep.
Can I take this
you
off?
let me go with you can do it, I'll let you cooperate. So I ain't doing
At this point, it's
for my motherfucker.
that chapter.
I know my motherfucker right.
Start kicking the squad away and just cooperate. Transfer out and everything.
His serious moods.
Yeah, he's on our other.
Towards me.
Okay. From last night,
No,
we tried
I-
to leave this morning.
We are going to put that
Eric and I
Okay, well, you
wrestled
tell me
in the
what's
house.
going on. We're not. You please.
Eric got to calm back down, so it's just down to one.
By now, there's no doubt that Caleb's either on some sort of illicit substance or he's undergoing a serious mental health episode. Of course, none of this excuses the fact that he stole from his workplace, trespassed after they asked him to leave, and then misbehaved in the back of the squad car. However, it does give us an explanation.
I do not need no.
Well, if you
Do
don't
not put no me.
Caleb, so at this point, we just got your oxygen and your
Do
heart rate.
not put no support me.
Okay, sounds good, Caleb. I'll let you know before we do anything. We got most of your vital signs right now. We're letting the doctor know what's going on. We right now you're doing good. So to sit there and relax.
Do not put no pills
Then
towards me.
Then you cooperate, and there's no need for that.
There do not need anything from him. Do you guys think he's high, just combative, or drunk?
Call my mother. Just call my mother, please. She will calm me down.
The fact that Caleb's so against taking any medication suggests that he has been treated for mental health issues before. While he doesn't seem to like it, medication might be the best option for him, and his legal issues can be addressed later on.
Call my mother.
Everybody on board?
Yeah.
Call my mother,
Put this up. Give the
please.
jail a heads up.
Call my mother.
I will.
Go ahead. You guys will have to lift this head a little bit. Gotta put this on.
I will call my mother, please. Call my mother. You wanna die? My stupid life.
Later that day, Caleb was medically cleared and then transferred to Wood County Jail, where they soon discovered he was out on felony bond. They dropped the majority of his charges, but he was still found guilty of discharging bodily fluid at a public safety worker. His sentence was withheld, and he was placed on 2 years probation. On May 28, 2024 in New Mexico, the cops were dispatched to a ranch resort after an intoxicated employee refused to leave the premises.
There's two madams here.
What's her name?
Michaela. She lives in a different house down across the valley.
Hello.
Well, how are you guys doing?
Well, come on in. This is Christian's house.
Okay. Do you have an ID?
He has another employee who's been staying here with him, who earlier went on a walk with the dog, had apparently been, or was intoxicated, laid down in front of one of the other houses and kept consciousness at that point, I believe, but had laid down.
I tried to get her out. She wouldn't get up. She tried to get up, and she fell back down. So I took my dog, came back to her. Nothing.
Apparently, the woman refused medical treatment from the staff and became combative. Although she lived in shared staff housing on the property, she ran into Christian's home and locked herself in his bedroom. Even after everything she'd put them through, the owners of the ranch wanted the cops to go easy on her.
So you just want her out of the house?
Want her out of the house.
Yeah, no, like nothing bad or anything.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Kind of separate us.
So essentially, you want her trespass for right now. Like out of the house trespass. So if she's not willing to go, she's just gonna go to jail.
I don't want her to jail. Come on, it's just.
Well, I mean, that was, I guess.
These are
This
the
is
things.
pretty.
These are what
This
we
is
need to
where
know.
we come in. Like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is where
this
we
is
have
where-
to.
Yeah.
Like if you want her out of the house, basically you don't want her to come back. She will be trespassed from this house technically.
And when we tell her to go, and she says no, I'm not going, and then that means she's going to jail at that point.
Because we're not.
Is there any like
Because we're giving her a lawful order. Now, if you don't,
domestically separating people?
Now, so what he's basically saying, if you don't trespass her and we basically remove her from the house and she comes back, we're just gonna do that again and nothing's gonna get done. Does that make sense? So.
or if you don't want her from the house and you're just wanting a welfare check, then that's really all we can do. We can go in there, make sure she's breathing, make sure she's alive, but then we can't forcefully move her from the house because.
What if can we just do a welfare check and you guys, that's.
Like, I mean,
we can ask her to leave.
Trying to give the woman a second chance, the management asked the officers to perform a routine welfare check and asked the suspect to leave Christian's home. With a plan in place, the cops then confronted this intoxicated woman.
Hey, good morning. Hey.
Michaela.
Sheriff's office. Did you say oh crap?
I said stop.
Okay.
Okay.
They want you out of the house. That you can go to a different house, you go to a different residence, sleep off whatever's going on. But you got to get out of the house right now. You willing to do that? Yes or no? No?
Okay. If you're gonna say no, you're gonna get trespassed, and if you say no again, you're gonna go to jail. We'll just put it nice and simple.
Great, thanks.
Okay.
But they're offering you another residence to go in. You don't
I
live
have
here.
another residence to go to. Thank you.
So do you want to go to that other residence right
I
now?
don't. I want to stay in my house. Thanks.
Yeah, but this is not your house. This is Christian's house, Michaela. And so I know you've stayed here, but it's not where we have assigned your residence. So we have another room for you to go into tonight. Can we take you there right now?
And it sounds like it's even a single type room. In a...
Thank you.
If you're saying no, you're.
Yep. I'm refusing service. Yep. Thanks.
Okay.
So yes. Thank you.
Okay, hang tight with me real quick.
Talk about wasted opportunities. The officers gave her a get-out-of-jail-free card, and she flat out refused it. Judging from how she answered the officer's next question, it seemed like something was going on between her and Christian.
Is there a reason why you want to stay here so bad? Like, what's the reason? Like, why?
Because he needs me to stay here.
For what?
Have you looked at his face?
Yeah, I think he can take care of himself. He is an adult.
Good.
Okay.
Say that.
Well, you're not going to help him if you stay here anyways. You know why? Because you're going to go to jail. You're not staying here. That's going to be...
That's fine.
So, you want to...
So then I'm yep.
They're giving you the easy choice, Michaela. Either you can go to your room and just wait
And then I can go to jail.
Or you
Thanks.
can go to jail.
Yes.
One of two
Thanks.
things.
Thanks.
So it's they're giving you this.
Please don't sit here and patronize me.
I'm not.
Okay, you are.
I can't do a
Actually,
medical
you are. You are.
Whatever was going on between the suspect and Christian wasn't the main focus. The main thing here was that she refused to comply with the officer's orders to leave the property. After asking her nicely a few more times to vacate the premises, the cops had finally had enough.
All right, go ahead and stand up for me. Put your hands behind your back. I gave you plenty of options.
No, you haven't actually.
Yeah, I told you.
No,
we made it nice and...
No, you asked a question.
Nope, come on.
No,
Let's
you
go.
asked a question.
Go. We're walking now.
Okay, well, great.
Do you have any shoes? Where's your shoes at? Is this one of them?
Nope. Nowhere.
Hey, Jake.
Those aren't mine.
What happened? She's not going anywhere, so they're just...
I would like to stay at my house, but
This is not your house.
Oh my God, it is my house.
1 minute, just detain her and put
Thank you. It is my house.
Yeah, yours going to be detained at this
Oh
point.
my
If they want to
God.
trespass you, then we'll go from
Great.
there. Go ahead,
That's
Jake.
fine. That's fine.
Okay, step up.
Thanks.
Go ahead, step up.
Can I step up?
Go ahead.
Thanks. Be that person.
The cops were still trying to work around the request of the management, so they didn't arrest the woman, they just detained her. And since they didn't want to fire the woman or trespass her from the property, they planned to take her to the staff house and let her sleep off her hangover. If she tried to return, she would be taken to jail.
Hey, Michaela.
Thank you. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. I am not under arrest.
You have our
Oh,
You're detained.
I
You have
am
our
not.
handcuffs.
Great. Okay,
stop.
then take the handcuffs.
Stop.
Take the
Stop.
handcuffs. I am not under arrest.
Stop. Stop. Calm down. Calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down. Don't tell me to fucking calm down.
Calm down.
This is my fucking residence. Look inside the house. This is my fucking residence. My
We were
stuff
just
is here.
about to have this
Oh
conversation.
my God.
Okay.
Are we? Are we? Great.
Now stop.
But now you're impeding an investigation.
Now I am mad. Now I am mad. You're right. Now I'm fucking mad.
Stop. We're gonna get up. You're gonna sit back in this truck.
No,
We're
I'm
gonna
not.
fix these cuffs.
No, I'm not.
up.
I'm not standing up.
Right. So this is what's going on.
This is where I'm sitting. I'm sitting right fucking here.
It turned out that the woman and Christian had been seeing each other. While technically she lived in staff housing, she'd been staying at Christian's place. But that didn't change the fact that it wasn't her place and Christian wanted her to leave.
You are making this harder than it has to be. We are telling you to not stay here at this residence. We are letting you go somewhere else.
I want to just leave this property.
That's what we're trying to
You don't
do.
get it? No, you don't get it. You're trying to put me somewhere else on this goddamn property.
So you want to leave the property?
I just want to go. If he doesn't want me here, I just want to go.
So do you want us to give you a ride into town?
No. I will handle it myself. Thanks.
How can we help you leave the property?
Nothing. You can't. You're sitting here telling me I'm drunk. So, smelling me some more. Like, you want me to throw up for you? Do you want me to take my clothes off? Like,
I didn't say any of that.
oh no, you point blank said I smell like alcohol. I am a bartender.
The cops gave the woman one last chance. They could either escort her off the property or take her to another residence on the same property. But to no one's surprise, she chose to fight instead. Finally, she told the officers what was really going on.
So have you guys been having issues lately?
Yes.
What's going on?
He cut. Did you see his face? He cut his face.
On the four-wheeler?
Yeah.
What we are trying to prevent is you from going to jail. We don't want you to go to jail.
If I go to jail at this point, I don't. He doesn't care.
But that's irrational. You don't really want to go to jail.
You're right. I'm irrational.
You don't really want to go to jail.
I don't care if I do. Is that like... yeah, I don't care. You're right. I don't care. My husband died 2 years ago, and I am now married to this man, and I am
so y'all
a
are married?
train wreck.
So this is why we're trying to come up with a solution with you.
You're not coming up with a solution.
We're trying to get you somewhere.
Dude, go figure out what he wants. Everything I own is in that house.
Okay.
I live here.
With the woman refusing to cooperate, the cops had no choice but to read her rights and arrest the woman. Sadly, she had multiple options at her disposal to avoid the arrest. Now she was headed to jail with no one to blame but herself.
All right, so you're going to jail for battery on a police officer?
Yep.
2 counts?
Yep.
1 on Deputy D and 1 on myself when you pushed us away?
Yep. Don't tell me what part it is.
So it's not...
Don't tell me what part it is. Don't tell me what part it is.
So come on.
Oh, yeah.
Put your feet in the vehicle.
No. This is easier. This is so much easier.
It's not.
Oh, it is. It is. I'm trying to take care of this one. He can't.
I get it because he wrecked and you want to make sure that nothing happens to him while he's sleeping, stuff like that. You're trying to check out for his best being, right?
Don't sit here and patronize me.
No, but you are. You're trying to make sure he wakes up, that he has no internal injuries, that he doesn't have a concussion, make sure he's breathing when he's sleeping because he could have a concussion, right? You want to make sure he's fine. I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong, trying to make sure he's doing good. But right now, what you're doing with us, that's an issue. But I get why you're trying to take care of him. I do understand that.
She was transported to jail, and she was definitely not happy about it. Throughout the entire drive, she harassed the officers verbally and kept kicking the squad doors and windows. And when she arrived at her final destination, things got no better.
Stop.
Why not?
Stop.
Why the not? I am being unrightfully detained. I got pulled from my house. That man put his hands on me. And this is what I get to deal with. Great. Thanks. Get him the out of here! I'm going! Yeah! Good! Oh my god! Got it! This is New Mexico. Thanks! I'm here from a different state and this is what I get. He put his hands on me! No, he doesn't! Oh, he has a right to grope me. 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 Great! Thank you! Get him the out of here!
They charged the woman with resisting an officer, a misdemeanor, and battery on a law enforcement officer, a felony in the 4th degree. On April 23, 2024 in Florida, police were called to a 7-Eleven after an employee was caught stealing. It was over $15,000 in just 4 weeks. According to reports, the suspect was pocketing up to $800 a day by discreetly loading gift cards during her shifts.
How's it going, bud? You're the gentleman that we're meeting with? Okay. All right, beautiful. So what's going on?
Let me show you the... Oh, okay. So I have 19 locations. So this is the location that I'm having some issues. I just took over that 2 months back, right?
Okay.
So every time they have audit, inventory, 7-Eleven, they do their stuff. I'm short. I was trying to find what is going on.
Okay.
It has to be, according to our business, most of the time is employee steal it, but I have a $15,000 shortage, almost.
All right.
On
How much?
$15,000.
15 grand? Yeah, that's.
Well, 14,900 something, right? From the cash on 19th, I think Friday, I had $816 short from the register. Right. Then I go like, you know what? I'm busy guy, right? In the north. I said, you know, I'm going to spend some time and find out. Okay. Then one of the employees see that she took $405 something. This is on the video. I have that. So I'm going to share with you guys anyway. Okay. So I said, you know what? Forget the 15. This is what I have right now. Right. I want to move forward with that thing. So I want the.
All right. So right now we have today what we're dealing with is we're dealing with $400 and something.
Yes.
It's no secret, of course, that overall, thieves are greedy people. While you might get away with stealing a few dollars here or there, when 15 grand goes missing, people do ask questions. After stating his intent to press charges, the cops were taken inside to confront the suspect.
Hello. How you doing? My name is Officer Damian Ferrello. I'm with the Delray Beach Police Department. This is Officer Swanson. He's my buddy. The reason we're here today is because this is Russell. Do you know who Russell is?
It's my boss.
He's your boss. Okay. So Russell has concerns that you have stolen from the store.
What? Can call someone to translate for me?
Well, I don't have someone on duty right now, but I mean, you seem like you understood me very perfectly clear when I was asking for ID and everything. I believe if you work in the store, you deal with people that are speaking English all day long. I believe that you understand these things that I'm telling you. If you need clarification on what I'm trying to say, I'll clarify it for you. I don't mind taking, I don't care if we spend the next half hour just talking about these things. I just want to make sure you understand your rights. Okay?
First, let's take a moment to acknowledge the size of that officer. I mean, just take a look at this guy. He's like an entire precinct in one. Still, even with the intimidation factor on their side, the officers struggled to question the suspect. She claimed she was having trouble understanding, but the officers here had a sneaking suspicion that she was just playing dumb.
So 5 days ago, on Friday, the day before the weekend, he watched the video, and do you know what we saw in the video? Do you know what we saw? Okay, I'm going to tell you what I saw, okay? And then maybe you could tell me why, okay? I saw you put $400 on a gift card that you then put into your purse.
Friday?
Friday. It's on video. You put $400 on a gift card, and then you put the gift card in your purse, but you never put $400 in the drawer. So when you put the $400 on the gift card, that's like stealing $400 from the cash register because you put it on the gift card.
By this point, questioning the woman was virtually impossible. As if she wasn't making it hard enough, when confronted with the fact that there was video evidence of the theft, her understanding of English took a dramatic nosedive. While they were hoping for a confession, the woman just wouldn't budge.
We know that you did it. We want to know why.
We?
Him and me is we. And Russ too. He seems like a nice enough guy. Why did you steal that money? Not did you, why did you? We know you did. We want to know why you did.
Why I did?
Why did you steal the money?
Why I did?
Why did you put the $400 on the gift card and put it in your purse?
Maybe the gift card.
Maybe the what?
The gift card?
The gift card. Can I load? But I saw that oh my god. I load on.
She just can't process it fast enough.
No,
she's back on the story.
Well, she's trying to figure out what we want to hear. I don't want you to tell me what you think we want to hear. You're a smart girl. I can tell you're smart and I can tell you understand. Okay? So you don't have to think about a story. You don't have to try to convince me that you can't understand me. All we're trying to ask is listen. We're trying to figure out why you put $400 on a gift card.
The officer then told the suspect that while the owner was down about 15 grand in total, she was only being accused of stealing $400 of it. He explained to the woman that if she didn't work with them, it could quickly turn into a felony investigation and it could result in a lengthy jail sentence.
Who taught you to go in the register and put $400 on a card and then take it? So another employee here told you to do that, or did you figure it out on your own?
Another employee?
Tamara.
No.
Okay. You're just asking us the same things that we're saying over and over. He's saying, in other words, did you figure that out? Or did someone teach you that you could scam the system by putting $400 on a gift card? Because I saw you had it written down on a little piece of paper. You didn't even have the gift card out because you're trying to be less suspicious. Do you know what suspicious is? You're trying to be less obvious. All right?
Sneaky.
Yes, very sneaky, sneaky.
Just in case other employees were involved, the owner wanted to know who taught the suspect this intricate scam. He definitely had to know so he could protect his business from other rogue employees. Unfortunately, the man's questions fell on deaf ears because the suspect kept pretending she didn't understand.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna be placing you under arrest. Okay, you're going to jail because of the crimes. You're not really talking to us, so if I can't really talk to you, I don't want to waste your time, I don't want to waste his time, I don't want to waste our time. So I'm gonna just put you under arrest because you're not talking to us. All right, let me have you put your hands behind your back. All right, Tamara, you gotta put your hands behind your back. Turn around. You gotta turn around. Put your palms together like you're praying. All right. You want to put your palms together like you're praying. All right. Let me see the other hand. No, you gotta put your other hand out. Put your palms together like you're praying. Your palms, yeah, like that.
The suspect was charged with felony grand theft. She received 5 years probation and had to pay $14,000 in restitution. On the 19th of May, 2024, in Illinois, police were called to a McDonald's due to an aggressive former employee on the premises. The ex-employee had only worked for 1 week, but apparently was still owed money. However, there was some confusion amongst management on how this former employee could collect his unpaid wages.
Hello. How are you? Good, how are you? Somebody call?
Hi.
Hello.
So, I already explained to him, we get paid on
You
the
want to listen to her
4th.
first? She doesn't know why I'm even here. Okay.
I know you're here
Why
for
are you
every
here?
check.
Okay, so why I'm here is I spoke to Jose, that's the store manager, right? That's the guy that hired me. I got hired 2 weeks ago. He told me a week ago that I can pick up my check Sunday the 19th. That's when we get paid. I asked him, can I come in on Sunday the 19th? Will my check be here? He said yes. That's the day we get paid, the 4th and the 19th. Is that correct? Yes or no? She's telling me to come back tomorrow. Okay. I don't believe that. He told me I can come in 2 days. She's refusing to give me my money that I worked for. Is he here?
No, he's not here.
Will he be here today?
No, he's off on Sunday.
Okay.
I can walk you to the back.
No, I need my money because
Okay,
he told.
she
That's the
doesn't
store
have
manager.
your money.
They have it back there. He told me to come back. I'm
Sure,
not
I
going
can
for
walk
that.
you back there. I can show you. We don't have any pay stubs. We don't have any.
So why would he tell me that then? Why would he tell me that?
We get paid on the 4th and the 19th. But since you're
The 19th is a
the
Sunday.
19th is a Sunday, it's not open.
That doesn't make no sense. So why would he tell me to come back on the 19th? If you guys weren't gonna have it, why Maybe did you he say didn't come back? realize on the 19th was a Sunday.
Why wouldn't the store manager know that? But that's neither here nor there. That's what he told me. That's what I was heard last. I came to pick up my check.
With an average pay rate of over $13 an hour at McDonald's, the employee could have earned about $500 for a full week's work. While the man's frustration was understandable, his response gave us an insight into why his employment got terminated after 1 week.
It appears to have told you wrong. So if they don't have it.
What's your name?
Lizik, L-I-Z-I-K, badge 4890.
Yeah, I just want my money that I want.
Okay, well, you're not going to get your money today because they don't have it.
Okay.
You'll have to come back
Have a
tomorrow.
good one.
All right.
I want
Is
you
there
to get out of here.
Okay, they need you to leave. They need you to leave. What's your name, man?
Hey, I got you, bro. Don't worry. You ain't safe, bro. I got you. What
Okay,
time you up?
Go. What time
Get out
here. Get out of here.
Oh, you a racist?
Y'all are racist for what? Because I'm telling you to leave because they want you to leave?
Hold on, I got you too.
Hit the brakes.
Hit the brakes. Okay.
Go.
Hold on, I got you too. Hold on, so you telling me to leave off the premises that I worked at and they owe me money, right?
You no longer work here, correct?
No.
Okay, they want you to leave.
No.
If you don't leave, you're trespassing. So go. Go.
Go.
Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. I ain't gotta go nowhere, bro.
You gotta get off the property.
I want my money.
All right, if you don't get off the property and they...
Call your sergeant. I want your sergeant present.
Like any other private business, McDonald's has the right to deny entry to people for legitimate reasons or no reason at all. In this case, this guy was being disruptive and disrespectful towards staff. However, banning him from the store complicated his ability to collect his unpaid wages.
You're a public servant, bro. Don't talk to me. I'm done talking to you. I don't answer no
Go to the police department if you want to talk to a sergeant.
If I request for a sergeant, I'm not done talking to you.
They're all busy right now.
How do you know that?
Because I'm listening to the damn radio. Time to go. Time to go. Are you going to leave or not? You want to sign complaints for trespassing if he doesn't leave? You want to sign complaints for trespassing if he doesn't leave? Okay.
I don't want to talk to him, so you can...
Okay, well, if you don't leave, you're going to get cited for trespassing.
I don't care about you leaving me.
And then if you still don't leave, you're going to get arrested.
You have a good day, leaving.
You too.
Okay, bye. All right, hop in your car and go.
No. I'm gonna...
That's a tyrant. I'm done talking to him, right?
Okay, now you're off the property. That's all I'm concerned about.
Now you can go. Have a good one.
You have a good one too.
Somebody, you can go now.
You have a good one too.
You can go now. So if you can track it, chill. So if I'm trespassing, how am I gonna pick up my check tomorrow? Listening?
Call the manager and make arrangements with the manager.
I don't have his number.
Okay, well, not my problem, is it?
Okay.
While he only has himself to blame for getting trespassed, the suspect was left feeling powerless and extremely frustrated. However, he accused the officer of being racist and on a power trip, and suddenly, this situation went well beyond the unpaid wages.
It don't last forever, bro.
What's not gonna last forever?
Power?
What power?
Your power?
My power?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll retire. I'll retire someday.
Yeah.
But right now I'm doing my job, and you need to leave.
What's your job?
Law enforcement.
What is that?
We can just have a debate, or you're gonna leave. Do I have to cite you, or are you gonna leave?
Bro, I'm not on the property, man.
Okay.
So how are you doing, sir?
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm good.
Alright, so you're not gonna get
What's your badge number, man?
4890.
Can I get your card?
Nope.
Why not?
Because I don't have a card on me.
I would like a sergeant then.
Okay, go to the police department and talk to him.
I don't have to go nowhere.
Okay.
I don't have to go nowhere. If I ask for a sergeant, you're not supposed to give it to me?
Hey, Dave,
no.
we're backtracking here.
You can go talk to them at the police department. They're busy right now.
You a real you know that?
Am I?
You a
Am I?
You really are. And your kids are
Did
too.
you used to live on in the circle?
Kids, of course.
I don't have kids.
I used to live on Jefferson too. I used to stay in Wheaton too. I don't give a
And your mom kicked you, and your mom kicked you out, right?
Yeah, I don't give a to do anything. Your kids are probably just like you, bro.
He comes back.
Okay, I got you. I just want him to know. I just want him to know that he's like, man.
The suspect's extreme behavior suggests he urgently needed the money. Having lost a new job after just 1 week, it's highly likely he's going through financial difficulty and potentially could be in a great amount of debt. While the officers were updating the supervisors about what happened, the suspect attempted to re-enter the premises.
You try to be a good cop, right? You tried to, right? Be honest. Be honest.
Oh, you were told to leave.
I know. I'm gonna get my revenge, man. Don't worry.
You're gonna get revenge?
Yeah. Don't worry.
All right.
I'm gonna get revenge. I promise you.
Anything on your shin here, bud?
Yeah.
What? What's that?
I'm black. I'm black. You heard me?
Any weapons on you?
Yeah. Bro, hurry up, man. So I can get to the station.
Stop pulling away. Stop pulling away.
Bro, I don't care.
Stop pulling away.
You got body cam on you?
I do.
Good. You should be arrested.
All right.
Thank you.
Right now, you're arrested.
Boy. Get my
Put your leg in.
Get my
Put your leg in.
Get my
We'll get it when we're ready.
Get my Get my Get my boy. Get my
Put your leg in. Put your leg in and we will get it.
Get my bro.
It will be picked up.
Get my it. Bro, I don't care about no suit, bro.
Put your feet inside there, bud.
Get my
shit. Why are you doing this?
Get my
Your stuff is going to be picked
Get
up.
my
You're doing this.
Get my Get my
We'll get it. Put your feet in.
While the suspect has the right to criticize the officer under his First Amendment rights, his revenge threats could add to his ever-growing list of charges. Soon the suspect finally got his wish to speak to the sergeant. However, things did not go as he planned.
Trespassing. He left the property, came back on, and he was disobeying him. He's like, oh, no, I just want to go.
I would like a sergeant. I would like a sergeant.
Here you
I'm
go.
right here. Oh yeah, excuse me, sir. So I came to pick up my check. This is neither here nor there. I'm just telling you why I'm here.
Okay.
I came to pick up my check. I talked to my store manager, the one that hired me a week ago. He told me to come here on the 19th, Sunday, to pick up my check. I came. The lady that I ended up walking out on, she's in there. She said you can't pick it up till tomorrow.
Okay.
So I said, okay, well, can I speak to the store manager? He's not here, this and that. I don't know why the store manager would tell me to come up here on the 19th. She's not the store manager. So then Lisnick comes on the scene. He's trying to forcefully remove me off the property. He said, okay, they want you trespass. I get off the property. He was right here. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go use the restroom. Oh, write him a ticket. So how does a ticket go from me trying to go use the restroom to me being
Because
a
you're just not supposed to be here. That's the bottom line.
Okay.
It's by the management. It's not our call.
Okay.
That's their call. So he's going to give you a ticket for that. But then I don't know. Then that must have.
What happened? What happened in between the filling the voids?
Well, he doesn't want to identify himself. He pushed past me.
See, that's that cop talking about. That's that cop there that I'm talking about. That came later. Me failing to identify, that came later. I was in handcuffs after he.
Well, that's how. It sounds like that's how we got here.
Thank you, Sergeant. Thank you. No worries. Thank you. Ow.
The suspect was then taken to jail. By terminating his employment after just 1 week, McDonald's probably avoided some serious issues because this man had a very fiery temper. On November 28, 2023, police were dispatched to an Amazon-affiliated company after an employee refused to leave the premises after being terminated.
So what's the
he was asked to leave the building.
Okay.
Both by management and general management.
Alright, define trespassing. Can you use ID? Do you have his information on who he is?
Yeah, I can get it to you.
Okay.
Gentleman here, unfortunately, he wasn't doing what was instructed by management. Him to leave the building. He's refusing to leave the building, saying, I'm not leaving, I'm working. At the point that he's not listening to management, we no longer have him in the building. He's giving us instructions. I don't believe so, no.
What's your name, son?
I'm George.
George?
Yes, sir.
How are you? I'm Officer Burlington. We're with the Chipotle Police Department.
The man in question, who identified himself as George, provided officers with his ID. When an officer asked why he refused to leave the premises after being terminated, George explained that he didn't agree with the terms of his dismissal. He dug his feet in, refusing to follow the officer's orders to leave.
You have belongings in a locker room and a lunchroom. I have belongings. But for now, I'm walking. We're going to go get those and then we're going to get out of here. No, sir. I am walking, officer. I clocked in this morning legally. I'm walking. I did not fight anybody. I did not commit any crime. No, I didn't. Yes, but why are you getting me out when you saw me walking? Because management is firing you. No, sir. Yeah, well, let me get it. Let me get the letter. What letter? You said they're firing me. Oh, well, let me get the letter, sir. Yeah, I'm waiting for the letter. For now, I'm not yet been fired. Yeah. They're leaving right now, whether you like it or not. Okay, sir. You met me peacefully. I'm walking. Then you came and said I'm asleep. Yes. Peacefully. Because management saying you cannot be here. Why? Because you were fired.
George wasn't going anywhere without an official letter of termination. When his manager told him he'd happily provide him with a letter, the officer here gave him one more chance to pack his belongings and comply with the order.
One more opportunity to leave right now and grab your belongings. Officer, I'm walking. Yes or no? No, sir, I'm walking. No, sir. I have a problem with my shoulder. Hello? So don't fight. You're breaking my shoulder. So don't fight. You're breaking my shoulder. Are you done? You're breaking my shoulder. Are you done? You're breaking my shoulder. No, I'm not. You're breaking my shoulder. You're breaking my shoulder. You're breaking me. You're breaking my shoulder. You're breaking my shoulder. You're breaking me. You're breaking my shoulder. You're breaking me. Ah! 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 You're breaking my shoulder. You're breaking my shoulder. You're breaking me. You're breaking my shoulder. You're breaking. Stop resisting! You're under arrest! Stop resisting! You're under arrest! Stop resisting! Stop resisting! You're under arrest! Calm down. Calm down. You're under arrest.
Contrary to what George repeatedly claimed, during all this commotion, the cops did not break his shoulder. The officers got the suspect onto his feet and told the man to calm down. Next, they searched him and attempted to escort the man off the property.
Please, I have a shoulder problem. I have a problem with my shoulder. No, you can't hold me like this. I have a medical condition. I have a medical condition. I have a medical condition. Are you going to walk? You're hurting my shoulder. I have a medical condition. Okay. I have a medical condition. Yeah. Let's go. I have a medical condition.
So stop fighting then.
Okay, I'm fighting who?
Look at your stance.
Fighting. You are fighting me.
Look at your stance.
You fight me.
Let's go.
You fight me.
Let's go.
For what reason, I don't know.
Look,
you fight me.
You're not walking.
Yeah. Please. 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 You wounded me. You wounded me. You wounded me. You wounded me! Please! 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 You wounded me! You wounded me! Please! 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 This is harassment! This is harassment! Yeah! It's workplace harassment! It's workplace harassment! This is harassment! Harassment! My shoulder! My shoulder! My shoulder! My shoulder! Leave my shoulder! Leave my shoulder! Leave my shoulder! One, leave my shoulder! Okay.
The suspect continued causing a scene, accusing the officers of abuse and workplace harassment. Judging by his actions and his refusal to listen to orders, it was clear why the man was terminated. Undoubtedly, he was the opposite of a model employee.
This is workplace harassment. Sir, for what? You really? For what? Because it's because of what? They called you because of what?
Well, you just you could just walk out. Now you're under arrest.
Yes.
Defying trespassing and resisting.
Yes, guess what? I came to work.
Obstruction.
I came to work.
Good.
Yes. I'm legally in the building.
Okay, legally no.
I signed it. I signed.
Okay. Do you want your glasses?
I signed. You will pay for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you need?
You will pay for it. Yeah.
What do you need right now?
Sir, Eric, do you need an ambulance, sir? Are you hurting?
I'm hurting.
Where?
My shoulders.
Would you like to be evaluated by EMS?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. It's over here. Face the car. It's over now, man. Just stay right here.
While waiting for EMS to arrive, the officer told the suspect that he had no one to blame but himself. If he'd simply followed the officer's orders, he could have left the building and gone home. Instead, he was now in handcuffs, facing resisting arrest charges. But even after all that, the man refused to take any accountability for his actions.
I did not do anything.
It doesn't matter.
I did not do anything. You met me peacefully. I was walking. I did not do anything.
I tried telling you so many times peacefully.
I did not do anything.
Okay, well,
I did not do anything.
You got fired.
Where is the letter? Yeah. You say I got fired. Where is the termination letter? Where is the letter? Give me a termination letter, then I'm not fired.
I cannot do that.
Yes!
You complained about your shoulder, but you wanted to resist the whole time.
No, sir.
Yes, you did.
No, sir. You fight me. You fight me.
I advised it was on camera the entire
sir.
time.
No, sir.
Okay.
This is not the way you treat somebody.
Sir,
no, sir.
I gave you 3 times to get the belongings. And then I said, if you want to leave, you're going to be under arrest.
No, sir.
And then you said no.
No, sir. Okay. This is not the right thing.
Okay.
This is not the right thing.
You can argue that in court, sir. Sir, would you like us to take your sweatshirt off right now?
For what, sir? It's cold.
You're sweating.
Yes, sir. It's cold for me.
Okay.
I'm not good right now. I'm feeling pain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ambulance is on their way. Would you like to get checked out at our headquarters or here?
I don't know, sir. You came out.
Okay.
He was later charged with defiant trespassing and resisting arrest. He was issued a summons and subsequently was released from police custody. On the 12th of July, 2024, police officers were called out to a Publix after reports of multiple fraudulent transactions from one of the store's employees. They began the investigation by talking to a manager, and he was more than willing to tell the cops just about everything they needed to know.
Refunding items and putting them on gift cards and then loading up gift cards for herself and spending the gift card through.
Okay, so she's been refunding items from customers or what?
No, just refunding items in general. She's scanning a receipt.
Okay.
Works now, you don't even need the item. You can scan the barcode on the receipt.
Okay.
Refund all those items for refund, and you scan the gift card from God.
Got it. Okay.
And then keeps loading the same gift cards over and over. So this has been going on now.
For you said 3 weeks
She's
for?
got video, for like 3 weeks on her.
Okay.
Multiple times.
So we're trying to figure out what statute that would be. I think it's gonna be more of like a fraud thing then.
So it's 6 times less.
So I guess she's doing like the fraudulent refunds where she's taking the receipts and then refunding it and then putting it onto a gift card.
They've made it easier now. You don't even need the items to approve refund. You scan the receipt, the barcode on the receipt.
Right.
It'll pop up all the items on the screen. You just swipe them all over the refund. And then you scan the gift card, you're done.
Not to blame Publix, but if it's that easy for employees to steal from them, they're gonna have to improve their system. Even if it sacrifices the ease and efficiency of the system, they're gonna have to make some changes. Still, even if the cash was just sitting right in a shoebox in the staff room, that doesn't mean employees have the right to steal it.
Hey, Sarge. Me and Lydia are here at Publix, and I haven't done one of these in a while. So I guess the manager here at Publix is saying that their employee, I guess over the course of 3 weeks, has been basically getting receipts and refunding items on those receipts, and then putting it onto a gift card, and then using that gift card for herself. Is that scheme to defraud? Okay. All right. Right. What receipts is she? Where is she collecting the receipts from exactly?
The original one was probably a customer return.
Yeah, like a customer return and stuff like that. So I guess they don't need the actual item anymore to do the return. They just do by the receipt. So, so it's scheme to defraud.
It's funny that
yeah, this video. She's here.
She's using the same receipts over and over. Like last night, she used one for $11. She must have been at 6 times. Same one over and over. Same 2 items.
That doesn't like right after the receipt.
Yeah, one was $36.02. I think she used that one like 4 or 5 times.
Once again, if the employee is able to process multiple refunds on the same receipt, then Publix has to address this gigantic flaw in their system. The cops had to call their supervisor for guidance because they're not quite sure whether it's fraud or theft.
How long has she been an employee here for?
2020. March.
So 4 years, almost. Okay. Or over 4 years then. Okay. And she just started doing this within the last 3 weeks?
June 14th was the first one.
Okay. Since 2020. And June 14th was the first one?
Correct.
Okay. Is she in there with somebody else right now?
Yes.
Okay. So while we're out here, I'm just going to get a quick sworn statement from you. And what are we here for today? What happened?
We have an associate who was performing fraudulent transactions from June 14th through July 11th, approximately 23 times, totaling a loss of at least $575.94. She admitted to performing these fraudulent transactions and issued a statement to that effect.
That statement was completed today? Okay. So between the 14th of June and the 11th of July, she did about 23 fraudulent transactions. How is she doing this?
She's pulling up saved refunds, scanning them on the register when no one's around, and applying them to her own gift cards.
And when you say saved refunds, how does that work?
You can recall them on the computer.
Okay.
By now, the officers have a pretty good idea of how the scheme actually works. However, at this point, it's the manager's word against the employees. Thankfully, Publix does have security cameras, so it looks like the cops are going to find out the truth.
Is each 23 of them captured on video?
Yes.
Okay. And was this occurring at the customer service desk, or where was this occurring at?
Customer service desk.
Okay. The main one right here in the front?
Yes. It occurred, I think, once or twice on our regular register.
Okay.
But majority, 21 times at customer service.
And you do want to prosecute?
Yes.
And for the total of 575?
94.
594?
575, 94.
575, 94.
And she's the one in the back with everyone in the back there.
She's this one right here?
Yeah, in the back.
Okay.
So all she does is she'll recall it, keeps it in her pocket, scans it.
So the customer will basically come up and return whatever item they have.
Correct.
And then she returns it for them and then goes back in.
She scanned, you'll see her scan her own gift card. It's the white
Her.
Yeah.
Okay.
The video footage here makes for some damning evidence. There's no way this woman can deny the crime. With a pretty straightforward case, the cops can confidently confront the suspect. And at this point, the suspect, Kimberly, was already awaiting her fate.
I have to Google Miranda rights. I don't have a card. Just have a seat. Have a seat. All right. You're Kimberly? Okay. Okay.
Are you guys going to arrest me?
Yes. We're going to have to, based on what they told us. Okay? Because if it was just like a theft, it'd be just, you'd be getting cut loose from today. But because it's like you're using gift cards, unfortunately, it's, today we have to take you down to county jail. Okay? Because it's considered fraud. Okay? I unfortunately, I don't have any better news for you. I'm sorry.
I need to call my husband so he can come get me.
He's not going to be coming and get you from here.
I don't want to be there.
As long as you're cooperative, I'll let you make a phone call from our station. It can't be too lengthy. Just let him know, hey, I got arrested at Publix by the police. I'll be going out in county. They'll probably give you like some kind of bond tonight, and then he can just bond you out.
Human as we are, it's easy to feel sympathy, especially when a person turns on the waterworks. However, the cops know quite well that crooks have to learn the hard way so they won't commit crime again. And sadly for Kimberly, there's no way she's going to cry her way out of this.
And having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me? No? Okay. Alright. Stand up for me. Turn around. Just, face this wall right here. Do you have anything on you need to know about? Any drugs, knives, needles, weapons? Okay.
Keep your hands in your pockets.
Yeah. Just put your hands like up. Just up on behind your head right now. Anything else in your pockets at all? My phone. Okay. Anything else that you have on you that's pinned? Okay. Alright, just have a seat. Stuck sometimes.
Kimberly was charged with theft and multiple counts of fraud. Unfortunately for her, you can't pay your bail charges with a gift card from Publix. On the 8th of May, 2023, a hotel called police regarding trespassing when an employee got fired but refused to leave the premises. The cops talked to the suspect with the intention of escorting him from the building.
Okay. Why are you still here, sir?
Because I want a valid reason before I know why I'm terminated.
Okay, that's not what Florida law is. So if they've asked you to leave, you need to leave, sir.
I mean, I'll clock out.
Okay, so they fired you.
Yeah, and they did not provide a valid
They don't
reason.
have to, sir.
Yes,
they
do.
no,
It's
no,
called
sir.
the wrongful termination.
No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir. Well, what I'm not going to do is sit here and argue with you. Okay, you've been asked to leave. You've been terminated. So that means at this point you're trespassing. So you can either leave with me or you can leave on your own free will.
You gonna file a trespassing suit against me?
I will put you in jail. So would you like to leave? Okay. You have asked him to leave?
Yes.
All right, put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
The suspect immediately took out the taser prongs to try and limit its effects. A standard taser delivers 19 short pulses per second over 5 seconds, so taking it out immediately could reduce its impact. The cop, however, managed to get the man under control, and the suspect then came clean about weapons he concealed, even though he was supposed to be at work.
Let go of your hands.
Wrong pockets. Jacket pocket, left side. Knife is in the forefront pocket on my right hip. Like I said, the knife is in my right pocket. I always carry them on me. I have a concealed carry. I'm sorry. I'm just very pissed off.
37, like I said, my radio's not getting out. I'm 77. Got a signal 0 secure. I got 1 tase.
In Florida, you can carry a concealed weapon without a permit. While the suspect knew gun laws well enough, he was less informed on Florida's at-will employment laws, which allows employers to fire employees without providing a reason. This misunderstanding has now led to a confrontation that left both him and the officer seriously injured.
I'm sorry, I'm just pissed.
I'm good. He's tasing.
You grab the gun.
I've got the gun.
Okay, I still have a knife.
Well, you're going to stay right here.
Can you please remove the knife? I do not want a weapon on my person.
You're all right this second.
I have several pins digging into my head.
Yeah, well, that's the taser barbs.
No, I have pins in my pocket.
All right, sit up. 37, like, so you start EMS. He's got a head laceration.
I really don't even feel it.
He's bleeding quite a bit, like, say.
Can someone please take the knife out of my pocket?
Where's your knife at?
Right.
This pocket?
No. Jeans. Along with several pins.
Well, now you're going to jail for felony battery, buddy.
In Florida, felony battery is considered a third-degree felony, with penalties of up to 5 years in prison or 5 years probation and additional fines of up to $5,000. The fact that this man's battery was inflicted upon a police officer could potentially lead to even more severe charges. The officer then explained to the suspect just why he was in the wrong.
Florida is a state where you can be fired for any reason at any time.
And when did that law change?
It's been like that, buddy.
Since when?
It's been like that.
I remember back in 2015, that was not the law.
So I've been in law enforcement since 2018, and it's been that way. They can fire you at any point. You refusing to leave is trespassing.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
I wanted to know why.
But it doesn't matter why. If they don't want you here, why do you want to be at a place that you're not wanted?
Because I liked this job.
So there's plenty of other places that you can work that's the same job. But now you're going to have a felony on your record.
I already have one on my record.
Oh, well, that's something to be proud of. Now you're going to have another one. And if you're a felon, then why do you have a gun? So you're not convicted?
Expunged.
I asked a follow-up question. Don't get nasty with me. We were having a nice, cordial conversation there.
I'm sorry. I'm just...
So your charge was expunged. So did you get your rights back?
Yes.
Okay.
Have all of my legal rights back.
The suspect's right to carry a concealed weapon is complicated. He apparently managed to get his felony expunged, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he automatically recovered his gun ownership rights. The officer now explained how easy it could have been to simply talk things out.
You see how easy it is when we can talk cordially?
Yeah, I'm just sorry. I let my anger get the better of me. I am sorry that I attacked you.
His pocket. No. So I grabbed a hold of him. He snatched away from me. So I stepped back, went to tase him. We were too close in proximity. So then he charged me, and he ended up like that.
You all right, bro?
Yeah, I'm good.
Where's the zero?
I've secured it.
Okay.
I've secured it.
I am sorry. I let my anger get the better of me, and I haven't done that in years. That's actually what led to the first felony.
Well, I guess. Yeah, he straight charged me.
What kind of zero?
I have a handgun, little pistol.
It's a 9mm Diamondback shorting. It's a
And you're a convicted felon?
Oh,
I had my rights. I had it expunged.
Oh, you're here. Yeah, I will.
I had it expunged. I have all of my.
For sure. Where's the bathroom at?
In the end, the suspect was charged with battery on a police officer, trespassing while armed, resisting arrest with violence, and carrying a concealed weapon. He was also treated for the minor injuries he received at a nearby hospital. And finally, in a case so shocking that you have to see it to believe it, police were dispatched to a Burlington coat factory on suspicion of theft. However, it wasn't a customer, but one of the store's employees.
Hi, Julianne. I'm Officer Colazo.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for
So
coming.
what's going on?
Yeah, so we have an employee.
Okay.
She was a cashier, so over 4 shifts, starting on the 23rd of December. The last one was on the 1st.
Okay.
She was a cashier. Ring up customers. Customers would hand her the cash. She'd take the cash, put it on the side of the register, finish the transaction. She'd take the cash. Yeah. I'm shocked that she's still here. Yeah, I can show you some clips just so you can see the MO and everything.
Gotcha.
of it.
Well,
Okay,
let's go have a chat with her.
Come on in.
So, if I read the notes right, it was a total of almost $2 grand.
Yes. Yeah. She did it. She admitted to doing it, and really medical stuff can come off.
Okay.
The store manager caught the theft while doing a routine audit, and it showed inconsistencies in the daily sales records. However, they'd already warned the employee before when her register came up short. She's about to be confronted once again, only this time by a police officer.
Hi, ma'am. I'm Officer Coyaso. Do you have your ID or driver's license with you today? If I may. So what do you do for Burlington?
I'm a cashier.
My understanding is that you have taken some money while you're working as a cashier in the front. Can you tell me about that? Like, what's the purpose behind all this?
I'm giving her money.
Okay. Short on bills, or
My mom.
your mom?
She's sick.
Like she's got like cancer, like really badly sick kind of stuff? How long has she been sick?
For a while.
Okay.
She has some surgery,
Mhm.
medication.
Right. Does she not have insurance or anything? No? Okay. So, before we go into the other stuff, there are programs out there to help.
Though the officer remains empathetic, even as he questions the woman, her mom's illness doesn't change the fact that what she did was wrong. It's a tough situation for everyone involved, but there are other ways to receive the necessary help without committing something illegal.
A lot of pharmaceutical companies, if you fall short on something, some of them are very well known to assist with payment plans or even potentially doing things for free. Okay? The biggest thing for you and mom is you have to ask the right questions. Okay? With what you've got going on, I shouldn't be here having this conversation with you. I think we can all empathize with you. That's a very serious thing to have to go through on your own. Okay? But there's help out there. You just have to ask for it. Okay? How many times did this happen?
A few.
What's a few? Because a few to me might be 3 or 4, or it might be 7, 8 to you, 3 or 4.
The officer then asks how the suspect would go about stealing the money. Since she'd already been caught, she doesn't bother lying about it. But it's interesting that she did this all out in the open, despite the fact that there are several security cameras.
Transaction, I put it in, the numbers, but I wouldn't put the money in.
Okay. Were you still giving like the customers their change and whatnot, but you just put the money to the side and kept this for yourself? And this happened approximately 4 times on the same day or different days? Different days. Okay. Were any of those like more than one on one day, or just all spread across 4 different shifts? Okay, I gotcha. How much is mom's medical expenses?
It's a lot. The surgery alone.
I gotcha.
It's thousands of dollars.
Right. Does anybody else live at home with mom, or is it just you and mom?
It's just her.
Okay. So it would be very disheartening and ill-advised for me just to not show some sense of sympathy.
The suspect here is lucky to have this officer questioning her, but let's just hope she's telling the truth. Stealing is one thing, but lying about something as serious as family medical issues would be downright cold-hearted.
Depending on what Burlington decides to do at this point in time, is there anybody that you would need to contact so mom has someone to help her out? A friend, a family member? Okay. Okay. Do you think mom would be okay for a day by herself if that were to be the case? Because obviously we don't want to leave mom by herself if she's so badly ill.
She's taking medications. She can barely walk.
Is she bedridden?
Basically.
Okay.
She needs help to get up.
Okay. Gotcha. Alright. Is Burlington wanting to prosecute?
Yes.
Okay. Can I see these videos if you have them available?
Nowadays, it's almost impossible to steal and not get caught. Thanks to state-of-the-art security cameras, police have been able to crack down on burglary and theft. Many criminals don't realize it till it's too late.
Yeah, so here's an instance.
Has she seen this?
No, we haven't shown it to her.
Okay. Is it against y'all's policy for her to see it?
No, she can.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want her to. Yeah, that's okay.
This is you? In the black sweater with your hair up? So is this what you were talking about, where you take the customer's cash, you stick it next to the register? This is December 23rd.
Yeah, that was the first
at
time.
8:05. Did you put the money in your pocket just then? Is that what I was seeing?
Yeah. The cash will go on the side here and then we'll go in the pocket.
Okay, another one at 8:49. Now, how were you folks able to determine the total?
Based on watching the cash be handed, and then the amount that was typed in.
Okay.
So
comparison to the tickets.
Yeah, comparison.
Okay.
Yep.
You can see the woman taking the money and subtly placing it aside. It looks like she places it next to a coffee cup before carrying on with the transaction. Had she just looked upward, she would have noticed that a camera was watching her every move.
Yeah, so if it was 120 cash, no cash went in, all went to the side.
Okay.
And then based on I could show you our reporting, what that looks like.
Right.
Okay.
Now, it looks like you had did this twice on the 23rd, and then this day on the 30th is pretty much the same thing. You put the money next to the register and then you pocket it. And I appreciate your candor, Mrs. Kahn. I really do.
Yeah, she was really open.
So what's this here? Is at one point you covered up some of the funds with this. Is that like a roll of paper towels or trash bag roll?
I'm being arrested.
So, based off of the facts and circumstances, Burlington does want to pursue a criminal investigation. Okay, so because of the amount and the pattern of the activity, the way that you conducted yourself, it is a felony. So yes, you're going to be placed under arrest at this time.
The suspect barely shows any emotion after learning that she's going to jail. In a compassionate gesture, the officer tells her that she can text or call her mother to inform the woman of the situation.
All right, but at the end of the day, I want to make sure mom's okay as well. So if there's someone that we need to call for, let's do that. The next thing is I can call the Department of Children and Families and just say, hey, look, unfortunately the daughter was placed under arrest today. Mom's, in her mid to late 50s. She's very sick, which is what led to the incident. So we're just a little concerned for mom, and someone can just go and do a well-being check on her, make sure that she's okay, and offer her some services if she needs it. So essentially what this is there's a bond schedule that we have to look at. All right, what the bond schedule is you pay a certain amount of money to a bondsman, some form of collateral, and you can get out within a few hours. If you're unable to bond yourself out of jail or have someone bond you out, you would have to go to first appearance in the morning. Okay, and then the judge will look over all the paperwork, everything that me and you have talked about that I'm going to put in that paperwork, and they'll make a determination from there, especially if you don't have any other previous criminal history or anything like that, if they'll let you go.
Before being taken out of the store, the manager here also wishes the suspect's mother well. The employee was arrested and charged with grand theft. In the end, she was sentenced to only 9 months probation. On July 10th, 2024, cops in Groveland, Florida were called to an AutoZone due to reports of an employee stealing from the business. When the officers arrived that afternoon, they spoke to employees to find out just what had happened.
So we got a report saying that someone admitted to the theft.
So we did an interview. We do written statements.
Okay.
Before he actually just went for lunch, they just called him back. He should be back in time.
Okay. So this is all just like your own questions and everything?
Yes, sir. Yeah, these are items that he confirmed. That he actually came out and voluntarily scanned, confirming that that's what he took.
He's here now. He's on lunch.
They sent him to lunch, so they called him back. He should be back, coming back any minute now.
$100.
But that's times 4.
Times 4.
Yeah.
What was the total?
986.
And these are the questions you asked him?
Yes, sir.
The employee told the officer that he was willing to give a statement, but he also revealed that they didn't have any video evidence to prove the crime took place. According to the employee, the suspect was taking parts, presumably to sell, to earn a little extra cash. The suspect probably thought that if he only took parts, no one would notice.
But when you're super high, like the highest in the store, that's when I started digging. And that's when I started finding that the stuff he was taking off was missing. Yeah. So, yeah, he's done. Well, it says in inventory because he takes it off, so it's not accounted for like a sale.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And then, like, you'll see in there, his mom came in here to buy some stuff, and he just gave her the parts. He ran it up, so it wouldn't look like he didn't. So he just gave her the parts. No, that was his first time. Yeah. And so the register was short. And then it just continued from there.
You guys know what car the kid drives?
That one over there.
The blue one?
The one that just pulled up.
That blue one?
The one that just pulled up.
A lot of people sneak freebies to their friends and family when they work in service jobs. However, letting your mom take vehicle parts home with her isn't nearly the same, for example, as giving her some extra whipped cream on her milkshake. The cop apprehended the suspect, who, to be honest, looked way too innocent to be a thief.
Mind if I pat you down real quick? Yeah. Turn around for me.
I might have a talking message here.
What'd you say? You're back?
Yeah, I might.
Alright, you mind if I just take this off your feet? I'm just gonna hold on to this, alright? You just sit down for me? In the chair. Alright, man.
Am I going to take them today?
First, we're just trying to get this all down once, alright? We're trying to get everyone's story straight and everything. We're investigating right now.
Yeah, I made everything to
Alright, I'm gonna read you something real quick, alright? So, you have the right to remain silent.
The cops are cautioning this kid because they had no doubt whatsoever that this is the employee who's been accused of theft. What they want to know, though, is what he has to say for himself after he's Mirandized. He seems to be playing dumb, or maybe he actually is.
With your own words, explain to me, like, what happened.
Well, so it was oil was the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was taking it just to help pay my bills, just to get by for now, because moved into a new house in December.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since it's been there, I haven't paid my half of bills. So I was doing oil changes just to get some extra money on the side to help pay for my mom, just to pay my side. I stopped doing that, I want to say about 2-3 months ago. I same thing I told him probably about 2-3 months ago. The last thing I took was about a month ago. I told him, I was like, I can show you the video.
So what are the things you took, like, certain things?
It was, big thing was oil. Last thing was an alternator. That was probably about a month ago, 2 months ago.
And how do you know how much the alternator normally costs?
He's got the price sheet for everything. I don't know if it's in there, if he has it still.
Mm-hmm.
The alternator was just over 300 or maybe close to 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100% sure on that. But that was, again, just for bills.
Okay.
But the alternator was not. That was for medication that I'm on.
Yeah.
I don't have right now because I don't have insurance.
Whether he's telling the truth or not, you can't just steal from your employer because you're having a hard time paying your bills. There are other options and organizations out there that are able to help people with things like medication if they're unable to afford it. Sadly, this guy chose crime instead.
No, so I have epilepsy. One of the medicines I had to take, it's guanfacine. With that, I had really bad withdrawals.
Mm-hmm.
So the alternative was to pay for the medication for this month and next month. Other than that, the oil was all just for bills. It was 20, 30
Do you know
bucks.
how much, like, how many things of oil did you take?
He has his sheets. It was 6.
6?
6, I believe. Maybe
And
7.
were they the big ones, like those cases?
Yeah. It was
We appreciate your honesty. I do want to say that. Okay. And he read you your rights.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you understand why we're here. Okay. So I understand that we all go through financial issues. You know, there's a lot of stress. I understand there's things we have to pay for. Again, I don't think you're a bad guy. I just want to reiterate that. And we do appreciate you cooperating. So I want to ask you, how did you take it? So you said oil.
It was through that door over there, just like this door.
Okay.
That same way. It was so nights when I would close, I would take maybe a quart or a gallon, 2 gallons at a time.
Did you put them in a bag? Like, what did you do?
No, just walk straight through the dumpster.
The cops are using a pretty common tactic here to keep the man cooperative by telling the young man that they don't think he's a bad person and trying to show that they understand why he did what he did. He would open up even more. At the same time, they of course won't hesitate to arrest the guy once they confirm all his crimes.
Did you sell the oil?
As oil changes. I didn't sell them to people. I sold them as oil change. So I would.
So you were doing oil change?
Yeah, I was doing oil change. Yeah.
How did you advertise? Like
just oil change to friends. Because I'm in a car group, so I was offering oil change to them.
Oh, I see. Okay.
$30 each. That was it.
I got you.
Which is less than the oil cost.
Okay.
So I was offering $30 to do oil change, but I would close once a week, and that was for about, I want to say about a month, maybe a month and a half.
Did you ever avoid any transactions?
That's what he was mentioning me, because so whenever I go to check out, I would push the X, but that's never sold to them or given to them. So when he mentioned that, I was confused by that and what he meant. But I never asked for a further explanation.
It's an unusual crime in that it's both clever and incredibly stupid at the same time. Of course, the kid would have had no problem whatsoever finding customers when he was selling oil changes at a lower price than the oil cost itself. Since he wasn't paying for the goods, it was obviously going to be profitable for him. But it should have been obvious to anyone that the oil being used was stolen.
Did you sign and date the item history reports confirming these are items that you've taken from the store without paying totally $986?
Yeah, so he had me go through, scan the things that I had taken, and print them out. So on those, it's signed and date.
Okay, so the total was $986?
Yeah, he had them all up.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how long was this going on for?
So the first thing was October. I didn't do it again until, I want to say about January, February.
That's a lot of oil.
Oh no, not all that whole time.
It was different parts and stuff like that?
Yeah, so the first one was the core packs. That was the $300-something one. That was in October. Nothing until about January. And then January to, I want to say March, April, I would take oil, but it was not like every single week. It would be like every other week. It was per axe.
Is there anything you could return to the store? Like anything still in packaging, or is it all gone?
No, I told him I would pay it back. Just at the time, I needed the money.
How long you been working here?
Going on 10 months or going on 9 months.
All right, and when was the first time you took some?
It was October.
How does this guy expect to pay it back when he sold the oil at below market value? Very little about his story makes sense, apart from the alarming amount of detail he provided about just when he committed his crimes. He also just told them that he started stealing from AutoZone as soon as he was hired, which was 9 months before this incident.
I'm gonna have you go and stand up. Stand up. And right now you're being placed in the roster. So, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna zero smoke. You're going to jail. Okay. They do want to prosecute. And the amount, the threshold for grand theft is $750. Okay. So, because the total is more than that, that's why we're here right now. Again, as far as what goes from here, you're gonna go to jail. It's gonna be booked into the county jail. Okay, and then you'll see a judge at first appearance. That's if you don't bond out. Okay.
I don't know what the bond's gonna be.
I don't know what the bond is right now. I know they changed the bond schedule, but I'll let you know as soon as I find out.
He acts as though his crime was no big deal, but he's also giving the cops everything they need to know to arrest him for grand theft. Even if he shows remorse for what he's done, he still has to learn that his actions have consequences. And this includes explaining what happened to his mother.
So, being taken. Being taken to jail.
Why?
Theft.
Of what?
Over 700 for stuff. That's what. So I'm being close right now. Cops holding the phone for me. I'm going down to the police now. They let me fall, so.
What is? Do you have my number memorized?
Yeah. They said I'm going down there. If I can make bond, I should be able to get out today. If not, it's supposed to be in the morning. But
then what's the bond amount?
He said he doesn't know.
We'll find out soon.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
But I need my meds.
So how do I find out if you have a bond?
We'll let you know shortly.
It's pretty clear that his mom had no idea what he was up to, despite the fact that he stole goods on her behalf. At the same time, it didn't take her long to believe what she'd been told, so maybe it wasn't his first time being in trouble. For theft of auto parts and the stolen oil, he was ultimately charged with grand theft. On the 4th of July, 2022, police were dispatched to a restaurant after reports of a disgruntled ex-employee vandalizing the premises.
Do you have any idea who put it up? Yes. Oh, fantastic. So, yesterday, he came up here because he's an ex-employee with this way. Okay. What's up, man? All right. He's also homeless, and he's in the area. Okay. So, I mean, he was literally right across the street, probably 30 minutes ago.
Was it when you got here this morning?
What's that gonna wait? Use of privacy? I just need a minute to show him that. Right here. I couldn't tell you his last name. His name's Nick. He got red hair. He's wearing the exact same outfit.
As when you saw him 30 minutes ago?
Well, exact same outfit as this 30 minutes ago and probably right now.
Oh, he's out there right now?
No, he just was. I don't know where he went. He couldn't have gone too far.
If you had to estimate what it's going to cost to get this removed, how much would you estimate the damage to be?
Over $1,000. Well, north of that.
According to the manager, it would cost nearly $2,000 to replace their sign and have the spray paint removed. Next, the officer ran the suspect's name through the database and asked the manager to identify him. With a face to match the name, the officer was on the hunt.
What's up, man? Can you do me a favor? Come over and talk to me for a second?
No, sir.
Okay. You're going to talk to me. Do you have your ID on you?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay. Do me a favor. Got one running. He's headed up the ramp. He's going uphill. Negative. He's still running eastbound towards the Hyatt, River Street. You can do this all day. Please, God, open these doors, please. Stop! Police!
Good luck, officer.
We're all the way to what, Willie's?
After leading the officer on a prolonged foot chase across town, when another officer joined the pursuit, the suspect was eventually cornered. While he was barefoot, he was still able to give the officers a hard time.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Right here. Get on the ground.
Yo,
Get on the ground. Get on the ground right now.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back.
I can't breathe.
Put your hands behind your back.
I can't breathe. Put your hands behind your back. I can't breathe.
Give me your hand.
I got this.
Help! 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 I'm being harassed. I can't breathe.
Give me your other hand.
I
Give me your other
can't
hand.
breathe. Oh, you don't have to be so violent. I can't breathe. I cannot breathe.
Shut up.
I can't breathe.
Roll over on your side then.
Come on, videotape
Where you are, bud? 27, we got one white male, 1095. Can you come, 26, can you come just east of Wet Willie's with your vehicle?
You got me?
Well, bring your legs up now. What's this? What you got in your pockets? You got any weapons on you?
No. Oh, chill. Don't touch my drug. It's kids. Whatever's on the ground.
I'm cleaning up the damn city all last 3 days.
You got any drugs on you, man?
No. I'm sober 5 years.
All right, we're gonna get up, bud.
The cops got the suspect to his feet and then sat him down so they could comfortably finish searching him. When they asked him why he ran, his lame excuse was that the officer was harassing him. But maybe the cops wouldn't have bothered him if he hadn't unloaded a can of spray paint all over private property.
All right, man, go ahead, get up.
Oh, there they go. You up. Y'all are say listen to me. My whole family's in town from all over America and Nicaragua and Italiano. Oh, I like this. Y'all are so you don't even know it. Oh Lord, they listen to me and they love me. That's all I know. Oh, I laugh about this. I love money. I'm owed $65,000. I'm gonna get every. So babe.
No, you're good.
I have a nicotine caffeine addiction.
All right, I'm gonna do a quick
Are you good
with the pat down. I'm gonna do another one.
I mean, accused of
Why'd you throw your sunglasses at me, bro?
I didn't. They fell off.
Okay.
I run fast. I run like 26 miles an hour. So I caught myself.
You got caught.
Yeah, I scored a touchdown though. I'm an athlete. I play basketball, baseball. I will win. I don't lose. What? I won. I scored like 3 times. Y'all are slow as The only reason you caught me is because I didn't feel like making another cut and running through you. That's a felony.
The officers finished searching the suspect and put him in the back of a squad car without further incident. That done, the officer backtracked along the route where he chased him, picking up the man's belongings and talking to witnesses. As the officer later learned, the restaurant wasn't the only thing he vandalized.
Is that his phone? How do you know? Is that what he threw at me?
No. We had this from yesterday.
Oh.
Because he brought it in to charge it.
Okay.
And he forgot it. And then we called the cops on it initially because he was like banging on the door.
Okay.
But
and did you just come over here and grab those?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
I need some. Y'all can I get these?
Are those his?
95 north.
Is that what he threw at me?
White Honda. Can I get him?
Let me hold on to him until the detective's clear. And then on his Facebook, I took a picture of this. This kid pulled up his Facebook. He's like, look, he just spray painted somebody's truck on Facebook. They posted it on. So this is a little bit more PC. Somebody just posted that on his Facebook wall saying, why did you deface my truck?
Run that tag. See if we can make contact with the owner.
The officer transported the suspect to jail. Even with the evidence stacked against him, he continued to deny he was involved. He could lie all he wanted, but how could he explain how someone who was dressed in the same exact outfit as him was caught on surveillance camera committing the offense?
So you're going to jail for all the spray painting that you did on the front of the business and the signs? Yeah.
You know,
I watched you on video.
Video? You saw my face and everything?
I saw your sneakers.
Oh, because you know where I got those? My buddy's house.
Oh, you told your lawyer. You can let your lawyer know. What about the same color paint that's on your legs? Dude.
Whoa, why the
Come on.
Why are you punching me?
You need to chill out,
I'm not
okay?
doing
Go through this process. Stop being a child.
I'm not being a child. I'm literally about to faint.
Okay,
I
you're not
just
about
look
to
up.
faint. You're fine.
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah,
How you
I
gonna know
chased
you
you
in
down
my
all
hand?
of River Street.
Yeah, that's 140 yards. I mean, with 3 layers or whatever.
Yeah.
These ain't thin, bro.
Whose fault is that?
I'm a athlete. You need to put on that in. Yeah, I know you are. You got it in your name. You're a VP.
Bro, if you come over this wall, I'm gonna you up. Do you understand? This is not high school. This is jail.
They charged the man with obstructing law enforcement and criminal damage to property. After the prosecution dropped all charges, his case was dismissed. While this suspect got off the hook for his actions, unlike our next case, at least his case was cut and dry. On August 12, 2023, police were dispatched to a Marshall's outlet after a former employee was caught trying to leave the store with a shopping cart full of stolen beauty products.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. So, former employee?
Yes.
Okay, so what all did you take then?
She had a cart full of beauty products that she put into that black bag.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't tell you exactly what they were, like makeup products, hair
Okay.
products.
When you say former employee, like she was fired or she was...
She was let go.
She was let go?
Yeah.
Was it for theft by chance?
I don't know the details, but I can ask the assistant manager real quick if you want.
Sure, yeah, because that helps add up to the history as well, too. So,
Yeah, and they've put in like 7 or 8 reports. I don't have
On her?
those on her. On
Okay.
On her.
Okay, but you're the one that saw her pass through all lines of...
Oh yeah, I'm.
Okay. Do you guys have
followed her to the back, followed her to the front.
Do you guys have surveillance footage of it as well, too?
I don't have of her concealing. What I did was we have mirrored tiles in the ceiling.
Okay.
In the ceiling. So I was down there and I literally watched her stuff that black backpack full of stuff.
Okay.
But I can show you her coming in, going out.
Okay, and you guys are looking to pursue charges?
Absolutely.
Okay. Would you be willing to fill out a a written statement as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
The woman apologized for stealing, saying she was homeless and times were tough. While it may be true times are tough, it doesn't give you the right to take whatever you want, especially beauty products that have no bearing on survival.
Okay, so what all did you take today then?
Just the makeup.
Just the makeup? Well, where's all that makeup I have right now?
On top of the car.
Okay.
I don't have anything on me.
Okay.
I'm pregnant and I'm so. My boyfriend is inside of there with my phone. He was charging it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you just stole all the stuff because of times are hard and you just have no money for it?
Yeah, it was a mistake.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
Okay. Have you ever stolen from there before, or like when you worked there?
When I would know.
Not
I
when
worked there for almost a year.
Okay.
That was like a while ago though.
Oh, so it's been a while since you've been there?
Yeah.
Okay, have you stolen from there since then?
No.
Okay. Then why would today be any different?
I guess today was just a really hard day. I just needed.
Uh-huh.
I just don't have money. I'm sorry.
Any drinking or drugs on board today?
No, sir.
None of that? How far along are you?
3 months.
3 months. Okay.
She then asked the officer if she could simply hand over the items and go on her way. But unfortunately for her, that's not how things work. Shoplifters have to learn, of course, that there are consequences for their actions. If there was just a slap on the wrist for stealing, no one would be afraid to steal.
You have anything else that you need to let me know?
Can I just give this stuff back and like?
Well, unfortunately, no. They want to prosecute, so at this point, you are being placed under justice. You want to stand up for me? So we're gonna get this backpack taken off you, okay?
Okay. That's my boyfriend right there.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do anything then. Is there any way? Please be careful and pregnant.
Yeah, we're not gonna hurt you, okay? Hey, partner, can you stay on the sidewalk for me real quick? We'll let you know what's going on, man.
He's being placed under arrest for theft.
Oh, you wanna get out?
Yep. Hey, Harmony, let's go this way.
He has my.
She's gonna go to the squad.
Yeah, we'll chat with you in a second, okay, man?
Baby, please don't go to my shows, okay?
Hey, Harmony, we're gonna go this way, okay?
Can I give him a kiss, please?
Yeah, once we get you in the car and everything, we'll bring him over as long as you're still cool with us, okay? Do you want your purse with you, or do you want boyfriend to take it?
He can take it, please.
Okay. You gonna face my partner's car?
The suspect pled with the officers to let her go, but they explained to her that it was out of their hands as the store manager wanted to press charges. After searching the woman and putting her in the back of the cruiser, they allowed the woman to speak to her boyfriend. While they discussed her options, the cops had some very bad news for the boyfriend.
Hey, Richard. Yeah. Hey, go and turn around for me, man.
You got a warrant.
You got a warrant for your arrest too, man. We're gonna take this off of you, all right? Yeah, we'll get this taken with her.
Wait, what are you doing?
Yeah, you have a Thurston County warrant for robbery. It's the same one I arrested you on about a month and a half ago. There's nothing new, no new charges, just a warrant.
Wait, so
You want to take this one with you?
I'll take it.
I'm gonna walk you over to my car, man. Again, you got nothing new, dude. Just the old stuff you gotta take care of. Search your feet for me. You got anything in your pocket's gonna prick, prod, for me? Anything gonna hurt me? Any cap needles?
No needles? No.
The needles are my biggest concern, man. I don't want to get poked.
If I was on fentanyl, I wouldn't even be here. I'd be twacked out.
You use it all?
No.
Okay.
I'm an alcoholic.
Alcoholic?
Listen to these men, it's kind of...
Yeah, once I get to search, I'll recheck them again, man. Appreciate you being cool with us.
It's anyone's guess why the man chose to hang around knowing that he had a warrant. But either way, these two are going to be heading to jail together. After a quick search, he was also placed in the cruiser without incident. This goes to show that when suspects show respect, it doesn't go unnoticed.
Hey man, what kind of music you like?
You on Spotify?
I'd have to re-download it again, man, so...
I know you get, just kind of like some Christian hip-hop. You ever heard of Mike Teasy?
That's right. You had me play one song for you last time I arrested you. What's the name of that song again?
It's Mike Teasy, Child of the Word.
I don't think that was it.
No, it was something else.
Let me try to see if I still got it, man.
Just type in Mike Teasy.
Mike Teasy?
Yeah. Child of the Word.
Child of the Word. Okay, give me one sec, man. See what I can find for you. No, I wasn't able to look it up. I thought I still had it in my recent history, but at least it didn't stand out. And the other one you had me look up was, it was like Child of the Word or something that popped up by Mr. Kitty.
You play some Metallica?
Oh, heck yeah, dude. I can definitely get you some Metallica. Yeah, you're speaking my language with the Metallica, dude. I've been on a big Metallica kick lately.
Yeah, hey, I went to the concert too one time.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So this song was when they did, they were live up here in Seattle back in the early 90s.
Yeah, my mom went there, bro. She got her belly sign along with her.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Dang. Gotta start you off young, man.
The woman, Harmony Jade Curry, was charged with suspicion of theft. Her boyfriend, Richard, was arrested for his active warrant for robbery. On the 20th of June, 2024, police officers were dispatched to a local Chipotle due to a violent altercation between two employees. One of the employees called police and was waiting for the officers outside the establishment.
How you doing? Huh? Okay.
So I was in there, and I was ringing out a customer.
Okay.
My coworker tried to help me. I told him, I don't need your help. I didn't ask for it. Please let me do it. Okay. And he goes to my manager. He goes, I'm gonna beat the out of this.
Okay.
And then after the customer starts walking out, he goes and slaps the out of me.
All right.
So I started hitting him back. So self-defense.
Okay.
And that's all that happened. But he broke my glasses.
Okay.
And I'm gonna play assault charges on him.
This woman, however, was not the only person who called police. A customer also called, and when the officers spoke to her outside, she had a very different recollection of the incident. As a neutral witness, she presented the officers with an unbiased perspective.
Hello. Did you call?
I did.
Okay. What'd you see happen?
So all I know is he kept telling her to leave her alone. And she kept taunting him and saying stuff to him as he was trying to bag my order.
Okay.
And next thing I know, they went towards the back and she shoulder checked him.
Okay.
So he pushed her off of her and then she grabbed a metal I guess it was a pizza dish. 1 second, I'm with the police. It was like a pizza dish. It was circular.
Okay.
And she hit him with it.
Is he all right?
I think so.
Okay.
But he's pissed.
Okay. Can I see your driver's license real quick?
Yes.
I'm just gonna have you added in as a witness.
I texted my manager for that video proof. I texted Caleb.
Okay.
Because he's the only one that can get the information.
Okay. Where's your manager at?
one of my managers is inside. She's in there with the other person because I just separated from him. I just came outside. I didn't call you guys.
The woman here was also aware that the person she was in the altercation with was a minor, so this could result in more serious charges. She was also determined to make it clear that what she did was self-defense and that the other individual was the primary aggressor. Police eventually spoke to the other person involved.
I'm trying to help her, and she gets the dog, and you talking about leave me alone down the third. So I'm like, bro, at least you better get her or something, cause like I ain't do nothing to her. I'm just trying to help her. So I get back to go doing my orders. I'm gonna go get a hot. I go get some hot, and she walked past me and shoved me. And I'm like, bro, don't shove me. It's down the third. And then I threw it like I tried to, cause she pushed me, so I tried to throw the hot at her. Like, don't push me. It's down the third.
You said a hot.
It was in the bag.
I don't think he's got anybody with him.
Huh?
He's got. All right, never mind. He had a car slow rolling. Sorry.
Oh yeah, nah. Like my friend Derek that's in there right now, he can vouch. I was sitting there trying to help her. She get the dog. So then I throw the hot at her. And, oh, down! Still trying to hurry up.
What the? What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm not. Hey, how about the fact that you cut your wheel right as you pulled up, guy?
I didn't.
You did. I caught it on my camera. Don't even try and tell me you didn't. Don't even try and tell me you didn't. I saw it. I caught it on my camera.
Whoa. Can you please?
Get in your car. You have no part of the situation.
This is my store.
That's great. Pull over there. I'll talk to you in a minute. Pull over there. I'll talk to you in a minute.
The dangerous driver was actually the store manager who had urgently arrived on scene. Both people involved in the situation claimed it was the other person who instigated things. The cops not only had to determine who's telling the truth, but also whether the primary aggressor's acts of self-defense were reasonable.
Is that the manager?
Yeah, that's the AP.
No need to be driving like that.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing. I guess he was trying to hurry up.
All right.
But so I got a bag of hot, and so I tried to throw it at her because she pushed me, and then she get the like running towards me and at me trying to like hit me and jump on me. So then I'm pushing her away. Mind you, I got a chain on. She grabbed my chain. She do this. So then I push her into the fryer, and she's still trying to hit me. So I hit her. I hit her twice, and then I let go of her, and she's still trying to run at me. And my manager grabbed her, and I just walked casually to the back. He started calling my mom and my manager, trying to tell them what happened.
Yeah, why is she putting her hands on a minor?
Did she hit you with anything?
She tried to hit me in the head with a dining tape tray.
Okay, is that the one that's on the ground then?
Yep, the metal.
The male suspect's recollection was similar to what the customer said. As the officers may have suspected, the woman called the cops preemptively and got her story out first. The cops then spoke to the manager about the incident, but also about his dangerous driving.
I didn't mean to pull up like that, but if you see, this road is horrid. I hit that hump. I apologize, it looked like. But I get a call, I'm in Sheffield at Sheets, and I get a call that I can't leave my people in a restaurant without fighting. I just left, not even 4 hours ago, the GM just left 45 minutes ago. What time?
Is that another manager, or is that just...
that's a crew member. She was just on break.
Okay.
She wasn't even here.
Okay.
But, I get a call, I'm at Sheets getting gas, anyways, and it's from my GM. Saying, hey, we just left, y'all's A. So, talking about Joanna and Des got in a fight. I'm like, a fist fight? He's like, yeah. So boom, I'm like, okay. He pulls up the camera. I can pull it up for you if you want to, actually.
If you do it on your phone.
Hey, Des, what time it start?
Huh?
What time it start? All right.
The cops examined the footage, which confirmed the female suspect, Joanna, was the primary aggressor. This meant that she either knowingly lied to the police, or she was delusional enough to see herself as the victim. Fortunately for her, the male victim wasn't seriously injured, but she'd still committed a very serious crime.
On the video, Kelly? Joanna. She, basically, they start getting into it. She starts throwing her hands up, is yelling at him.
Mm-hmm.
She pushes him. They walk past each other, and he pushes her back, and then they kind of go into the grill area.
Yeah.
And then that's off camera; you can't see it. But that's in there. There's one of those silver trays sitting on the floor.
Yeah,
that's what DoorDash says she hit him with. So
yeah. Talk to DoorDash. DoorDash has her being primary for it, but it sounds like mutual instigating back and forth.
I will say that we do get complaints about her. I probably talked to her about 3 times. She's on her close to a final write-up, so.
Right.
Yeah.
That's probably why she's trying to swing the story in her favor.
Yeah, to me, just watching the video, she seems like she's the instigator.
At that point, the cops went back to Joanna. Despite evidence against her that was undeniable, she continued to paint herself as the victim. The cops made sure, however, that whether she liked it or not, she was going to have to face the reality of her actions.
Can you go ahead and stand up for me real quick? Are you going to turn around and put your hands behind your back for me?
Help me first. That's so good.
Right now you're going to be placed under arrest for assault, okay?
I got the first charges on me. Help me first.
Okay, well, you're being considered the prime aggressor, alright?
How? Can I please call my boyfriend?
You'll be able to make calls when you get out to county, okay? You have any items inside that you need?
I got my backpack in there.
Okay, anything in your pockets?
I got my vape in there.
Vape?
Yes, sir. I think that's all I got.
Anything else anywhere?
I don't believe so. No, sir.
Okay. One in custody.
Am I still at the first charges? He hit me first.
You're considered the primary aggressor, ma'am.
How?
Because we have video and video evidence and witnesses that are seeing that, okay? So I just need you to come with me.
Just let me first.
We're going right there.
In the end, Joanna was charged with assault. Workplace incidents like these can turn a normal working day into complete chaos. Just days before Christmas, on December 20th, 2023, the cops were called out to reports of a stolen credit card that was being used by a gas station employee in a scheme to defraud. The worker in question had been caught on camera the night before stealing the card.
Hi, are you Kimberly?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Officer Woodward. This is Officer Myers.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi.
Good, how are you? You and I actually just spoke on the phone.
Yep.
Okay.
So you work at Speedway?
I do.
Did somebody come in there yesterday making a purchase? Leave their credit card?
I don't know.
What was the card you used to purchase his food with?
Who's mine?
Okay. Do you have it?
I do have my credit card. I'm missing my white one. These are the ones I use.
Okay. So if we go in there and we talk to the people at Sonny's and they give us the receipt for this order and they give us the last 4, it's going to match one of these?
That's
What-
the one my boyfriend should have used.
Okay, which one are they gonna? Which one is it gonna show
It
us?
should be the white one.
Which white one? This one?
Yeah, that white one. That's my card. Because that's the one we use on the app most of the time.
Okay.
And I have my chime, but I don't ever use that anymore.
Okay.
It's often quite easy to spot a liar because they throw way too much detail into their stories. And that's exactly what this woman's doing right here. If she was innocent, she'd likely just hand the cop the card that she used to pay. Instead, she keeps yapping about various credit cards and discussing a billing app that she and her boyfriend use.
Got a CC's card.
If there are no other cards in there, then you don't need to be searching around in there.
No, I was just making sure I didn't have my other credit card.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. What are those cards in the front pocket?
These are not cards. These are
Okay.
coupons.
Okay. What's the Visa that was in there?
What Visa?
There's a Visa in the front pocket. Something said Visa on it. What kind of purplish?
This is my grandma's death card.
What's that other card? Not that one. That one.
Oh, that's my boyfriend's
That's it.
card. But he doesn't-
Rosalind? Who's Rosalind? That's not a boyfriend.
No, it's my boyfriend's card. He just
Your boyfriend's name Rosalind?
No, my boyfriend's name is not Rosalind. My boyfriend's name is Isaiah. But he has it's his sister's. But it's not a
Okay.
it's
What-
not a stolen card. It's not
Okay.
even used.
Yeah.
It's a prepaid card.
It's a what?
It's a prepaid card.
She somehow thought she could convince the cops to believe her by simply saying that the card wasn't stolen. Thankfully, the cops aren't as dumb as she thought they were. The card, of course, has a completely different name on it, and it doesn't require a genius to figure out that something's not quite right.
They get loaded money onto.
through apps. They're all card ending in 2222.
So it's not any of these.
Right. I don't have.
So
any
where's
other
the card
card.
that was used for this?
I don't have any other cards,
So she had this one.
but I don't have
Who's
it.
this?
She said it was
Okay,
her boyfriend.
So my boyfriend's sister. We have a whole. We have. Obviously, I have three.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it right here. Alright. Alright, so at this point, okay, I'm going to advise you of your Miranda rights, okay? Are you familiar with Miranda rights?
Yeah.
Okay, so this what I'm going to do is I'm going to advise you of your Miranda rights. At the end of it, I'll ask you if you understand and if you want to talk to us, okay? So let me get through all of them and then we'll go from there, okay?
So am I being arrested?
You're being detained at this point.
Oh, okay.
So you aren't free to leave. You're not
Yeah.
free to leave right now. Okay. So actually, let's just go over here. I'm gonna shut the door.
To this woman's credit, it might have been possible that they were all prepaid cards, but that doesn't explain the different names. Cops deal with liars all day, and this woman, as they say, isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. Judging by how things are going so far, it's just a matter of time before she's placed under arrest.
The card that's on there, the last four, what is that card?
It has to be a debit card, but it's only
Who placed the order?
my boyfriend.
Your boyfriend.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I was just coming to pick it up after donating.
Okay, so who's the card that's on there? Who is it registered to?
It should be one of ours.
It should be?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
I didn't mean to do that. Trying to use
So
it.
if it's yours, that's fine. If it's yours, then where is it?
It has to be with him.
Has to be with him?
Yes.
So, all right, so let me ask you this. Where do you work at?
I work at Speedway.
Which one?
The one right here.
The one right over here?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, so if that card, was that card used last week in your store?
I don't know.
Okay, so if we go back over there, we were to run that card against anything that was purchased in your store last night or any transactions in your store, what would we find?
I don't know.
Okay. So what does that card look like then? If that's one of yours and your boyfriend's, what does it look like?
It would be red, I believe.
Red, and what would be on it?
It's a Florida card.
Okay.
I believe it has. I believe it has the Bucks football team on it.
It's one thing to forget a number in your bank card, but this woman's not even sure what color it is. It's also not in either her or her boyfriend's name, but it did seem pretty easy for her to throw her boyfriend under the bus. She knew exactly what she was doing when she said he was the one who placed the order.
What would be the name on it? If it's two of your boyfriends, it would have one of your names on it?
Yeah, it should be. It should be mine.
It should be yours?
Yeah.
It should have your name on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always use my find out.
Yeah. Hey, Maya, if you give me a few. You stand by with her. Just
Yeah.
Do you mind holding on to that phone? Absolutely. Thank you.
Always have the best sales manager.
I know, I really like
Kimberly,
them.
do me a favor. This time you're being placed under arrest for identity theft. And you're supposed to use your back. Let me ask you this: if we go in that car and go to grab your stuff, are we going to see that credit card in there?
Just be honest, because if you're honest with us and forthcoming, it makes it a lot smoother if you're cooperative. Okay, it's a card in there.
It may or may not be.
Not it may or may not be. You want to try.
Is it in there?
I really wish I could.
The woman was charged with fraudulent use of personal information and unlawful possession of personal identification. After being arrested, she was transported to jail without further incident. On August 20th, 2024, police were dispatched regarding an internal theft by a Cracker Barrel employee. When they arrived on scene, they were greeted by the manager, who said the thieving employee was still inside.
Just went up front. She left? She might still be up front. She just walked out, so she might be up front still. Okay. So, what's the story behind it? So, she basically over about 3 months, she stole $1,300 worth of cash out of her purse. Okay. And we're pressing charges. You gonna press charges? Yeah, we're at the state. Okay. What does she wear? Pink shirt, pink polo shirt, black, brown cracker apron. Pink polo shirt. Black, white, black. Body on her. Black or white female. Black. Is she leaving to go home or she's just out front? She's leaving to go home.
Come with me, Miss Moore.
Okay. Officially for.
Because you get under arrest. Okay. Don't be stupid. Okay?
I'm not.
Everything I'm doing, you know what I'm doing.
She denied the theft and started resisting arrest. But after a brief struggle, the cops managed to get both handcuffs on with minimal effort. She was then escorted off the premises without incident. As is often the case, when the cops told her why she was being arrested, she started playing dumb.
I have no idea.
So you're under arrest for grand theft, for stealing from Cracker Barrel.
I haven't stole anything. I just admitted to everything. So what is you talking about?
All right, let me take a step back then. You're being detained pending investigation.
Yeah, I just told them everything.
Do you have anything on you?
Yeah, sir, I'm trying to go home.
Well, as right now, you're being detained.
For what?
Pending an investigation.
Well, now I gotta get my food.
What food?
I had other food.
Okay.
Ain't no okay?
I'm not gonna be able to eat my car right now. We're gonna go around back. We're gonna go around back. We're gonna figure everything out.
Somebody needs to tell our suspect that with your hands behind your back, it's virtually impossible to eat. After securing the suspect in the back of the cruiser, the officers met with the regional loss prevention manager who filled them in on the finer details, including how the suspect's thievery managed to go undetected for several weeks.
She's detained. What do we got?
The bill lock? No, I don't have it. Sorry. So, I've got her for about $2,364.
Okay.
Here's her statement. When she refused to write down $2,300, she was in bed. But here's her written statement. Her admitting to taking cash. You can have that one. So what she would do is, a guest would walk up with a ticket. She would not scan it in the register, and then she would be on her phone. Cash with the money in the register. She could tally on her phone, and then she would end of her shift would take all the time she did the other day. She get a tally of it and take it out of the register and fill it. So from about May to the end of July, almost $2,400.
The manager told the officer that he had all the video and transactional evidence they needed and said the company wanted to press charges. The suspect had some questions of her own, and the officer was more than happy to fill the woman in.
So, again, you're being detained pending an investigation. I'm telling you.
Would I be able to come home tonight?
Can I tell you what's going on? I have no idea what's going on. Okay?
Brian, I'm trying to talk to my mom, and he up here being difficult.
Okay, so again.
I'm in here. I could at least have my phone while I'm in here. I'm not doing anything. I'm trying to talk to my mother. And I was playing with this because I'm worried. I have to see.
You're detained pending a criminal investigation, means you can't do anything.
I can't do what?
You have to sit here pending my investigation.
Okay, can I call my mom? Who was just gonna let me call my mom? They ought to say something about I'm being rude. How is I'm being rude? I don't know my
Do me a
mom's
favor,
number.
sit back.
It's aggravating.
Put your feet back in, please.
Okay, what's going on? I'm trying to see what's going on, sir.
Again, there is
What is I being detained for?
There is
I just told him everything I needed to know.
The officer explained to the suspect that at this point, she was only alleged to have committed grand theft, and pending the investigation, she could be arrested. The officer wanted to question her further, but after reading her Miranda rights, she declined to answer further questions.
You don't want to answer any questions? Okay. All right, so at this time you are under arrest for grand theft. You'll be going down to Palm Beach County Jail. It is a felony for the amount of money that you're alleged to have stolen.
What amount of money they keep putting on me that's not even true? Like I'm getting tired of them. Like I'm really finna get mad.
Okay. All right. Well, just know that I'm doing my job. I'm doing based off their investigation, which they said it's criminal in nature, which based off their evidence.
Oh, girl, stop.
Did you have a question?
No, I was going to say something, but I really just keep quiet.
Okay, all right.
Because it just don't make no sense. They lying on me, saying I stole this type of money when I didn't steal no money. Just like they said they said I stole merchandise when I'll be paying for the merchandise. I don't understand the job, bro. I really don't understand it, bro. I'm the sweetest person, bro. I don't do that type of job. That job just pisses me off. I just want to go home.
Okay. Unfortunately, today, they're going to have a detour before you go home. That'll be to the Palm Beach County Jail.
The suspect told the officer she already had another court date for an unrelated incident. After the officers discussed what to charge her with, she was transferred to another vehicle and taken to the county jail.
Just before you go in, real quick, hold on real quick. Anything, just hair, anything else in there? All right, so when you get to the county, they're gonna go ahead and take that off, so we'll leave it on there for right now, if you want. So that I don't want, if I take this off, is everything gonna be fine? All right, we'll do it at county. Watch your step, get on in there, Miss Eccleston. I'll buckle you up, safety first, right? Any questions for me before you go?
I asked you because I was asking how many charges.
Okay, you have one charge of grand theft for all of it combined. All right? So that's the official charge, which is a felony, which you'll have to see the judge and they'll figure everything out, okay? All right?
The suspect was charged with grand theft under $5,000, but there's also a bit more. 4 months prior, she was also arrested in a separate incident and charged with 3 counts of fraud for illegal use of credit cards, 3 more counts of fraud for impersonation using ID without consent, as well as larceny. Unfortunately for the woman, when reviewing her new grand theft case, they'll consider her entire rap sheet. On October 19, 2023, the cops responded to a call from a local gentleman's club where apparently 2 of its dancers got into a violent altercation. When they arrived on scene, they first spoke to one of the women involved outside.
I was working here. She literally thought I was talking to her. She got too drunk. She grabbed me and I hit her back because she was hitting on me. She was attacking me. Then a lady was over here trying to get her to stop hitting me. She kept grabbing my hair, would not let go.
Are you involved in that?
Yes, Midway.
Come here. Hang on. We're gonna go over here.
Why do we gotta go over there?
Because I don't want you.
They want nothing.
So y'all don't fight again. Now y'all took me over here. Y'all took me for fighting. Now let's step over here.
Oh damn, okay, Coco.
If they take me, everybody gotta go. Everybody gotta go to jail one time.
Things got even more complicated when another woman, who claimed to be a police officer, was attacked by an onlooker while trying to break up the fight. Police then spoke to the club manager, as well as the other dancer involved in the fight.
Hello. This is one of our new officers, Officer
Poor bastard. How you doing?
Some guy hit me in the face.
Well, right now I got a complete goat.
Because she was hitting me.
Because I got 2 girls fighting.
I was literally just
I got another lady in here who says she's a police officer, threatened to arrest me and another customer if we broke the fight up.
Oh.
This mess is all yours.
She was talking about me and she came after me.
Okay.
She's new here. She's new here. She thought she was somebody. And she came at me. There was like a whole thing.
Is she also a dancer?
Yep.
Okay.
But she's new. I didn't start this fight. She thought I was talking to her because she got too drunk. And she got her ass out. The correction officer is right here. She didn't want to let go of me. And I said, if you're not going to let go of me, then I'm going to hold on to you until you let go of me. You're not going to attack me.
Okay.
Then nobody, I wasn't certain. I'm over here trying to make business.
Well, either way, you're out. You're fighting, you're out.
She hit me first to do it.
You're both out.
I didn't, she grabbed me. I'm hoping to stop this. Like somebody's attacking me. Sir, I love working here.
I am not disputing the fact.
The fight seemed to have originated when the blonde dancer was dancing with one of the other dancers' regular customers. Apparently, there was some tension between them already, and this incident prompted a breaking point. Having gathered some information, the cops also spoke to the corrections officer.
I came here after. When they started fighting on the flight too, I and then they just started fighting, and then when they were on the ground fighting, I had a guy come up to me and punched me in the face. Who did that? This old man over here. And I was like, whoa, what are you doing? I am splitting this up. Yeah. Are you wanting to start or what? Oh, I say no? Okay. No.
The corrections officer does not want to press charges against the man who assaulted her, so the cops were now focused on the main altercation between the two dancers. At this point, it was hard to determine who the primary aggressor was, or which of the dancers might have been acting in self-defense.
I got up, let them fight, and I said, "What are you doing?" Because you were a male. What are you doing being a female? For one, and then I was like, "What the heck are you doing?"
Did it look like it was a mutual fight or anything like that, or was there one person that was?
It was they tried to fight. She bickered from one side of the bar. The other woman was on the other side of the bar. She made a comment. They must have been in encounter with them before. She went up to her, engaged her. They were right up to each other's faces, and then.
So I just overheard her saying, "Oh, she's looking at us. She's looking at us." I'm wearing glasses, man, and a hood. Okay. So I just look weird as hell.
In some assault cases, there's no clear aggressor, and the altercation's considered mutual. This looked to be the case here because in this incident, both women seemed to be culpable. Meanwhile, the club manager looked very concerned about the corrections officer impersonating a police officer.
Is that little blonde work for you guys or no?
I don't know who she is.
That's bullshit.
What did, so, okay.
Well, she identified herself as a police officer, told us if we interfered, we would be arrested. And I'm like, okay, well, let me see some ID. She goes, you, I ain't got time. And but by then, you guys were already on your way. So I'm like, okay, you'll deal with this.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay. Did you see anything that happened between these two gals?
What?
The two gals that were fighting?
2 weeks ago?
No, these two gals, these two
That's
girls.
what I'm looking for.
Okay, did you see it though?
No.
Okay.
I was busy doing
Do
deposits.
they both work?
Yes, the one's on a night off. The one that's
What's
with
her name?
Blue.
Do you know her name?
Brittany something or other.
Oh, interesting. She told me her name was Shayna.
You know, she might be right.
Okay.
Thankfully, another dancer working that night recorded a large part of the incident on her phone, and subsequently, she agreed to show it to the officers. However, she only recorded this footage midway through the fight. When speaking to the officer, she also shared her recollection of the correction officer's behavior too.
Do you know that girl's name?
Who, the white Blue? Blue? No, I don't know her real name. Only Norm know it. This when they first started. No, that's not when they first started. It's in the middle.
So she's holding.
She says she a police officer. She says this girl says I'm an officer. You better stop.
Okay.
She's holding Blue. The girl's fighting Blue. Both of them are fighting, but even before that, they was fighting very evenly when nobody was beating nobody up. She said, "I'm an officer." He was helping. She said, "You better stop, or I'm gonna take your ass to jail because I'm off." Okay. He said, "You're off duty." Here's them fighting again.
So she's like kicking and she's trying to get at her.
Yeah, they first started. It was even, and then the girl started kicking her head down. Look.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then the only thing was the guy hitting her.
Okay, thank you.
Technically, the corrections officer had impersonated a police officer. While it's a very serious crime, her impersonation appeared to be an attempt to de-escalate the fight. Nonetheless, the venue still had the right to ban her from the premises.
Okay. Blue comes from up front to go talk to this girl. And that's at 204029.
Army commander began to suspect that it wasn't just the attention to the enemy were hampering progress.
Okay, she walks away.
I don't think so for right now, but just hang tight.
Taking her shoes off. The other girl's trying to keep Blue away from her, so she's right. She didn't do shit. It was all the one in the civilian clothes. So, and who do you work for?
Ashland County.
Ashland what?
Ashland County Police Department.
Ashland what?
Ashland County.
Ashland County Police Department.
Okay. Are you able to send this to me at all?
Did you step by me? To like deck me in the face?
Hey,
Right
step
there.
up. Step up.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, because right there she's threatening to lock us both up if we interfere. So I would like her, even though she's law enforcement, out.
Okay. Do you want her
Because she
banned?
doesn't work in this jurisdiction.
Okay. Do you want her
and she
banned?
caused half that fight, yes.
Okay.
I've always gotten along great with you guys,
Hang out for a second, okay?
but that's bull.
After investigating, the cops concluded that the fight was mutual and that both women should be taken to jail. This could later change at the police station or in the courtroom. In the meantime, the cops had to go off the information available and press charges on both dancers.
She hit me first. Why am I under arrest when she hit me first?
You were both mutually
She wouldn't let me go though. She would literally not let me go. I asked for help. Ask everybody, please. I can't afford a charge. Like, I asked for help, please. Can you please just believe me? Like, I asked for help multiple times. Can anybody speak up for me at the bar, please? Can you guys speak up? Because right now I'm in charge. Please, I can't afford this charge.
Okay.
She literally hit me and I couldn't get her off of me. I can't afford a charge like this. I have 5 kids right now waiting for me to come home right now. Right now, they're sitting at home.
In the end, both employees were charged with misdemeanors for disorderly conduct. On New Year's Day, 2023, in Lakewood, Ohio, police responded to reports of a theft at a local drugstore. Upon arrival, the cops were informed about some crooked activity at the checkout. 2 employees were accused of stealing, resulting in a theft of over $2,000 worth of stolen merchandise.
I'm waiting for the police. Hi, my name's John. The one so I'll give you the Reader's Digest version and answer any questions that
Okay.
We have 2 employees. And what they've been doing, what did I just spill on here? No, they will go through and outline each of the incidents.
You have our caller, let us know.
Each of the incidents is outlined.
Yeah.
Other people, customers, who would friends of theirs that would come in. So
Gotcha.
And there was $100 of merchandise not rung up. I said, you stole 100 and I stole 100 because we participated in it together.
Right.
And I ring up. I would say I stole 200, and you stole 100, and he stole 100. So that's how I came up with the totals.
Okay.
All of these videos are on this jump drive. There's about 1 gigabyte of videos.
Okay.
Just for you to keep. I'm still going to give you folks. I got a little concerned that I lost. 95% of the time, you'll see the word unknown.
Right.
This is the list of all the items corresponding with the date, the time, the incident number, the date that it happened, the time that it happened, who the cashier was, and who the customer was. You know, this unknown, I don't know who that customer is. What the items were, what the dollar retail value. Now sometimes you'll see, times 3. There's a lot of information here.
The manager informed the officers that the suspects were still in the building. With evidence in hand, the officers questioned the suspects separately. Doing so is a common law enforcement tactic to spot holes in a story. Unless the suspects rehearsed their story, thinking they might be confronted by police, there were bound to be inconsistencies.
So, in your words, so we have like the written part, what he says. So, you want to explain to me, like, what, in your own words, what's been going on?
Okay, so, I've been an employee here for about like 4 months. Apparently, this is what happened. So, there's a way on the system where you can ring things like moderation style. So basically, make a long story short, it all started with someone ringing out my stuff, wasn't supposed to with the right price. Like, I guess they kind of moderated it and stuff like that. So make a long story short, just basically kind of took advantage of that and just been doing it. So me and another coworker was kind of sort of like, helping each other out for the most part. I wouldn't do it as frequently as some other people might do it, but that did happen. The guy that was involved, the one I was talking to, his name is Cordell, or at least this week goes by. I don't want to go off his Instagram because, or not his Instagram, but his name was like, I remember him calling him K, so I'm going to say Kevin or something like that, or Calvin or some shit.
Okay.
But he go by Cordell though. He used to come at me and was dating. I did do that like 2 or 3 times with him. So that's just the truth.
While one officer questioned the male suspect, another officer questioned the female accomplice. After being told how serious things were, the female said she regretted her decision to be involved in the scheme, stating things quickly spiraled out of control.
The manager was kind of explaining things, all right, and
basically when a crime of theft reaches a certain threshold over $1,000,
I didn't even know that
it becomes something. It goes from misdemeanor to possibly a felony. Okay, but it's also a matter of what the store, being the victim, wants to do on the matter. Okay,
and then it got to the point where it got comfortable, and I knew I was wrong, and I was like, yeah, this can't keep. When you give an estimate, I didn't know that it had went, to 1,000 or over 1,000 or whatever it was. I'm not thinking of that. I'm just trying to get my kids what they need, and as I know that there are consequences for that. I'm not saying that just because I have a story, everybody has a story, everybody got something going on. But it's just like, I didn't want him thinking it was somebody else involved, because I never put anybody else in that position. It was only me and Daryl that had, those communications.
The woman explained that she and her accomplice had been involved in the scheme for about a month. She seemed pretty truthful and displayed remorse for what she'd done. She might have been genuinely remorseful, or she might have been simply putting on a show for leniency. But whatever the case, it would now be up for a judge to decide.
I just want to know, so I don't want to prolong anything, you guys have stuff y'all got to do and get to. Is there help that I can get as far as like the, you get what I'm saying, like as far as like helping with getting things in order? So I'm not in this position. I'm not going to do this again, but I'm saying where I'm not in a position where I feel like I'm that low. You're going to stoop to that position.
Well, we deal with many, many people, okay, at all different crimes and all different whatever. We think it's under $1,000, okay? So
either way, I still need to have my consequence. I'm not backing down from that. I'm a whole mother, so if I sit here and I get, dismissed, I got dismissed my whole life,
Well, again, we deal with many
not
people.
like with y'all, but with life, so many times I could have been in a bad situation. So many times I could have been gone and not here anymore, so.
Well, again, listen, that's okay, and what I'm trying to tell you is that we deal with many people, okay? Some people steal because they're criminals, okay? Some people steal
I'm legally, yeah, but you get what I'm saying? Like,
I'm saying that you are not, you don't fall under that category, okay?
The officer here took pity on the woman, going above and beyond to answer her questions. It was obvious he believed the woman was being truthful, and therefore he offered her legal advice to the best of his ability. It was clear the officer believed in redemption and that those who were willing to learn from their mistakes should be given a second chance.
If I'm understanding this correctly, if the dollar amount is less than $1,000 and it's a misdemeanor, okay, we are going to cite you, we're going to process you. Basically take a photograph of you, fingerprint you, okay, and then we're going to release you. Okay, you're going to be free to go, all right, with a court date, okay? You come to court, you explain yourself. If I'm in your shoes, I would explain myself to the judge, because you're not the standard person that comes in a store to steal, okay? So I would explain myself.
I was taking stuff and selling it and making a profit out of it. Yeah. This will benefit, not me.
Well, again, something to explain to a judge, right, or a magistrate.
One thing that's important to understand here is that while both these people conspired to commit fraud together, as the loss prevention manager explained, the crimes they committed were not exactly equal. Still, how that would play out would be out of the officer's hands.
Hers is $1,808 Okay. His is $2,104. His was okay. All right. Now, I'm not saying that there's $4,000 for merchandise.
If you rang out, you had $100 for him and $100 for her.
Correct.
So it can be $1,000, it cannot be $1,000.
But there's $2,104 between the two of them. Hers is only $1,808 of that. I hope I'm explaining. It was complicated writing it all out.
They were both involved in $1,800.
Correct. And he was involved with additional, but not all of it. Yes.
He was trying to make it clear because, so the total would be just $1,800 between her and him. This is where I'm getting lost.
Give or take $38. Yes.
It's $1,800. So the combined number is $1,800 of merchandise missing.
Between the two of them.
There's merchandise missing.
Yes.
Okay. And because he rang up other customers, so that's why his go up to 21.
Yes. You have a good understanding.
But we just trying to figure out, because you said if he rang her out or if she rang him out, you still add $100 to each of them, instead of if he was the one purchasing the items, it would just be $100 that he stole. Just because she was ringing him out, it would be $100 half to hers.
If you and me go in the store and I hold a bag and you put the merchandise in the bag, we're both responsible We wouldn't take those merchandise in the bag and divide it in half and say you stole half and I. We both stole everything that was in the bag.
At this point, who stole more was irrelevant and would have to be sorted out at a later date. With both suspects cooperating with officers, the loss prevention manager told them they were suspended and criminally trespassed from the premises. Next, they were informed of their rights and placed in handcuffs.
All right, man, you want to stand up, you want to put your phone in your pocket, and let me put your hands behind your back for now. All right. So you understand what he told you, right?
Okay. Do I need to get my coat?
Your coat?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
It's in my break room.
We'll go about that when we get you out of here. All right, we'll go down the stairs this way.
Is it gonna be like incognito?
Well, I mean, there's a back door. We went out the back door.
Do you have a purse or coat or anything? We'll kill it. We're gonna put you in the car. You know, we'll.
Where are they gonna find me?
Oh my god. Yes,
Anything else?
the hat and gloves. I was just pointing out all the pockets. And I put it over me.
Well, we're just gonna walk right out here, okay? Information, sir. There's a little right over here.
We can only hope that their consequences were enough for at least one of these suspects to learn their lesson and that they won't go on to make the same mistake twice. Stealing from an employer is pretty low. Your job is your livelihood, and taking a little or a lot extra for yourself is unacceptable, no matter how you look at it. So for these criminals, it's only a matter of time till we find out what happens when these dumb employees get caught stealing on the job.